Yo, what is up, everyone? We are live, and this is Fun Speculation Podcast. Today is Thursday, May 28th, and it is 7:15 p.m., which means it is time for some fun speculation. And with the speculation, we do have an awesome guest this week. First off, I got to say hello to the maggots in the chat because I've already seen a few of you guys here. Hopefully you guys don't turn into flies and fly away in the meantime, but we appreciate you sticking around and watching the show and being here for our special guest, who is the one and only Magg. What is going on, Magg?
Yes,
How you
sir.
doing, bro?
Hey, guys. How's everybody doing out there? Fuzzy and Mav, how you guys doing? Chat, how you doing? Maverick, get out of this chat and go back to Dirt's show. Everybody else, you're totally welcome to be here, of course. But I look forward to seeing Maverick. I look forward to seeing you in LA, buddy. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And everybody, hey man, we got some things to talk about tonight. We got this show. We got it starts literally 6 days from now with Sony on the Tuesday, and then we got Keeley and days of play, and then Xbox and Gears, all kinds of stuff going on, man. We got a lot of things to talk about. Let's get into it, man.
Yeah, dude. It is that time where speculation town is fully enforced because showcase season is right around the corner. We had a fun show last week just kind of talking about the grander scheme of hey, yeah, we're all excited that it's coming up. But with it being here and knowing that a lot of guys are going to be out of town, it's time to lay down some damn predictions. We've done this every year for I think 6 years now. Doing prediction shows, and then obviously we'll be doing all the co-streams and stuff like that for all of these shows coming up next week. And we're excited for that. But Magg's not going to be around, so we had to have him on this week, right? And not only Magg, we will have some. Hopefully, as long as some people can make it. I've had several people say, yeah, they'll roll through. So we should have some special guests from the podcasting community and stuff roll through to give some predictions, as well as I do have a video to share from a very special member of the community also. But before we get to all of that, I want to say hello to the one and only Fuzzy Belvedere, who is Mr. Just Consistent, always here, bro. Appreciate you, Fuzz. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Glad to be here. Man, it's just a few more days before we're out in LA, just a few more days before it's like Christmas Eve with the game showcases and stuff like that. So yeah, it's going to be a fun time. So can't wait to get into these predictions.
Yeah, man. And it's a little weird. We don't have all of the Fun Spec fam here. You know what I mean? It's because everybody's moved on with their lives. It seems like, but I did get confirmation, everybody, that next week, Pong Soul said he should be here. There should be the return of the one and only Pong Soul next week. So for the Xbox showcase. So hoping that it ends up coming to fruition, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking about him. So you'll get to say hello during the Xbox showcase. Shout out to Seth Monster with a super generous $20 super chat. Said, hello, gentlemen. The maggots are here to represent and bear gifts.
Goddamn right.
Like Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut stream. That's not Stream Key. Don't post that. Steam Key. Oh. Go get it. Hey, yo, Seth Monsters. That is super appreciated. Thank you very much for being here and for sharing that.
Monsters.
Sharing that key. That's absolutely awesome. Somebody grab it. Hey, but if you do grab it, make sure you let Seth Monsters know that you got it. That's always the right thing to do.
I want Vin C in the chat to get it. He has to get it because Vin C, you got to get it because it's a PlayStation game. And Seth Monsters, don't think I didn't get the irony of you dropping a PlayStation game key code in the middle of an Xbox show. It's fantastic. I'm sure Vin C is having a meltdown right now. He already called me a pony in the chat. So I'm like, oh, right, we're starting like this. I'm already in. I'm already excited. Thank you, Seth Monsters. Maggots represent. That's what we're talking about here, folks.
But it is on brand, because for Xbox gamers, the place to play PlayStation games is on Steam. You'll be able to use it on your Helix, apparently, eventually.
I'm sure we're going to talk about that today.
Yeah,
man. We're going to talk about that. That's going to come up because that's going to be some very interesting conversations, man. I was on the air on Tuesday night, Madcast 6 hours. plus, and we were talking about that. We're trying to figure it out. So we were like hammering out all the details, and we're like, I'm not sure. We're not gonna get into it now, but I'm like, I'm not sure Steam's gonna be on that Helix, man.
Yeah,
But we'll
I've
talk
been
about it
wondering.
later. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. It's been something we've kind of brought up a couple times too, because like maybe this is change of course here. With the change of direction.
We'll break it down later, bro, because I'm
yeah.
telling you, when you actually sit down and look at the details and you look at like all of what's happening or what is about to happen in the next year and a half, you're like, I don't know, man. And so it's funny because when I was talking about it with Colt on XNC, even Colt, I go, Colt, what do you think, man? And then now he's coming around. He's like, I don't know, man. He's like, the more you dig into the details, you're like, he's like, even Colt is like, I don't know if it's gonna be there either, man. And that was anyway. We'll get into it later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Magg, how long we known each other now, bro? Like
6 years.
6 years.
6 years. I got on the scene as a guest in 2020. With the very first show I ever did was with Noof Nukem, and then literally the one show I did, I'd never done a show in my life, and it was wild, man. Even us at Noof Nukem, we had I think 40 people in the chat, and I was literally shaking. I had no camera, whatever, and I was shaking, nervous. I went to go pee like 17 times in the like before the show started because I was so nervous.
Problem.
Yeah, well, I was nervous as hell. And then anyways, Mr. Boomstick XL, go sub to his channel. He's a good friend. I can't wait to see him in LA as well. And he called me that night, or not called me. He messaged me that night. He goes, "Hey man, I don't know who you are, but do you mind guesting on my show tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like, this is nuts. And then we did the first show. And then that same show, he DM'd me in the middle of the show. He goes, "I want you to be a panel member permanently." I'm like, "Sure." And so I was for like 3 years. And that's where you and I first met. There.
Yeah.
Now you did guest on Noof's show once on Gaming After Dark, but you were a more frequent guest with us on Primetime Gaming with Mr. Boomstick, right?
Yeah.
I was doing that, and you and I had been Fuzzy. You too, man.
Yeah, and I was on Boom's panel for Xbox Factor on Tuesdays for a while.
Oh yeah.
In fact, me and Pong were on there together. Actually, on Boom's show. For a while on Tuesdays, but like it became to where we just couldn't do it during the day and stuff, But Mr. Boomstick's absolutely amazing. Noof, awesome. Like I remember Tony Baloney and stuff over there on Gaming After Dark,
He's actually in Las Vegas while we're in LA. So he was Noof was trying to, like, he's there for a sports conference.
Yeah.
So Noof was going to come across and try to meet us all in LA, but he can't do it. He's a time constraints with the what the hell do you call it? With the convention that he's at. So he wasn't able to do that. Because I mean, it's not like it's like right there. It's still like a 4-hour drive, right? Yeah. So he says I can't do it. But that would have been awesome. But I mean, I meet Noof every year anyway.
Yeah.
So every year we get together in Niagara Falls because it's like a halfway point for us, right? Well, not really. He's there in Niagara Falls. It's only 2 hours from the U.S. border from my house, right? And Niagara Falls is right there. So yeah, it's not too bad.
So then after that, you were doing your like Twitter thing and stuff for a while, making all those videos and like laughing. I was laughing at all those things, and you ended up replacing Gaz on XNC, right?
The best thing that ever happened, XNC, Gaz. I hope you show up as a guest tonight.
He said, dude, Gaz is one of the ones that's like, if I can, I will, but like it's probably like 3 a.m. there right now.
They're 5 hours difference, so right now it's 1:30 in the morning for him. So
right on.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, he's always up. Like he's always up doing something. But what the hell was I gonna say?
But
actually, the XNC was 3 years. The 3-year anniversary was just a couple of weeks ago that Colt and I have been doing XNC together. Yeah, it's wild. I didn't even think it was that long. And then he said, "Dude, it's 3-year anniversary 3 weeks ago." I'm like, "Really?" And yeah, so him and I have been doing the show for 3 years, man. And it's been awesome.
That's right, because I think like we had at one point we had 4 podcasts. We were doing 4 podcasts a week, but like FSP was the newest one was this show, and I remember when I originally set it up, and then Colt announced his podcast like right at the same time, and it was like the same time as ours, and I'm like, oh shoot, now I gotta go try and go against Colt, and like. So we were
because he left the dealer's show.
Yeah. So then me, like 3-Bit and everybody, we're trying to figure out a schedule, like what to do with their scheduling and stuff, But yeah, dude, you've been absolutely killing it, and but not only like with X and C and stuff. I just got to say, as somebody who's known you for a long time, I know we haven't like podcasted a ton together, but I've always like thought you were a really good guy, respected you and stuff from the outside looking
Thank
in.
you, brother.
We're always associated a lot on Twitter and stuff, making jokes back and forth sometimes, ribbing each other and all that kind of stuff. I always kind of go into your guys' chats. You always come into our chats and stuff. I got to say, just on your channel also, which is newer, how long since you've been really consistent doing your own thing there, right?
Yeah.
With Magcast, which I'm gonna
Just
still
over a year now.
I'm still gonna send a cease and desist eventually for Mavcast, but that's okay. No, I'm just kidding.
Just because it sounds the same, Your Honor, does not mean it's the same thing. Yeah, I already have it all worked out for court. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're good. And so seeing your consistency, how you've done and how you've been growing there, dude. I just gotta say I'm super proud of you and how you've done with your community, growing the maggots community. I see the passion that everybody has in your chats and stuff, and it's awesome to see you succeed. So it's good when you see like awesome people, succeed in this,
brother.
that do it the right way. So
yeah, I'm trying to build up something from, like I was telling everybody, I'm like, listen, I'm gonna build it up from, I'm here to tell my truth, the way I see it, and what's going to happen, and how it's going to continue to happen, and that's all there is to it. And whether you like it, whether you don't, most of the time, the problem, weeding out the right people, the wrong people, weeding out the wrong people, bringing in the right people. I said, listen, man, I'm going to say things that are going to hurt your feelings because people get too invested into whatever in their console wars and whatever crap that they're into and fanboyism. That's totally fine. You could do all that stuff, and you're welcome in the chat too. I have guys that are like that literally make fun of me in the chat every week, and they're not being funny, they're being serious, right? And I'm like, you're welcome to here to talk whatever crap about me, and that's totally fine, as long as you're nice and respectful, and that's fine, and I leave it at that. So I'm building up what I like to call is Robert Meyer Burnett. He's a big time Hollywood pundit, and he's in the movie business and movie industry, and he said authenticity is the currency of the future. And so the way that I run the channel is authenticity is all I'm going to present to you. I'm not going to lie to the chat. I'm not going to grift for anybody. I'm not going to, pump up anything that I don't think. I will attack everything. I will destroy Xbox on a weekly basis. I will destroy PlayStation. I will destroy Nintendo. I will destroy PC neckbeards, whatever. I will do it all, and I will continue to do so, and I'm never going to change. And the thing is, I'm like, listen, hard truths are what the people need right now, because this world is too soft. The internet is too soft. The gaming community is too soft and too fragile, and they're not willing to face the facts about what's happening in the industry, whether it's good or whether it's bad, and I'm there to tell it. And the thing is, people are like, dude, you are the most authentic person, like that, I've seen, and people follow, and that people, I'm trying to create a whole new movement of like, listen, man, hold these people accountable. It's your money. These are billionaires and trillionaire companies that don't give a crap about you. So we're here for the consumers. It's your money, Mav. It's your money, Fuzzy. It's your money, Gaming Addict. And it's like, it's you know what I mean? Why, like, what are you doing? Like evangelizing millionaires, and you're the one who's paying out of pocket as they keep raising prices and this and that. I'm like, we got to fight for ourselves and tell them that the only reason why they're in that position is because of our money. So you hold the power, and we need to take, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to build, a community of we hold the power, and we have to take that all back. Yeah. And if it comes with some hard truths that you don't want to hear, too bad. Then go listen to somebody else except for me, because that's the way I'm doing it, man. So yeah.
Preach, sir.
Rosario, you're already pissing me off. He goes, Magg rambles too much. I'm just kidding.
Well, hey.
Fuzzy Tomato, get out of this chat.
Fuzzy Tomato's awesome.
He busts
we
my
will
balls
authentically show for the PS5 Pro, he says. Let's go.
Dude,
$900.
Every show he shows up. Every one of my shows, he busts my chops. Every show. If I'm doing a live stream, every time I'm doing a live stream of a game, he always puts in the chat, what the hell did we put in the chat? Skill issues. And I'm like, dude, come on, man. It's like I'm facing 25 guys here. And he's like, skill issues. And I'm like, God damn it, Fuzzy. Sorry, go on.
Well, hey, I gotta say, it's awesome to have Addict here as well, dude. How are you doing, Addict?
What's up, Addict?
Pretty good. So so I came here at 7 because I thought it was 7 p.m. Eastern.
Oh shit.
And it wasn't.
Yeah, sorry,
And
8
so
p.m.
then
Eastern.
I forgot to come back at 8. Like,
No, you're good, dude. Like we're gonna have people rolling through, so like it's just whenever during the show and stuff. And with this, I think it should be time for us to actually start some damn predictions. So first off, it's awesome to have you here, though, bro. Like Iron Lords are absolutely awesome. Everything you've been doing for a long time is absolutely awesome. So it's good to have you show up, dude. I super appreciate it. Are you in that showcase mood yet, Addict? Are you got that fever yet, or has it not hit you?
uh, I'm excited to see what's there. I would say like I'm definitely excited for the showcase. But once you've like went there a few times, like it's not the same experience when like you're you're home because then like I feel like I can take the info in a little bit better.
Yeah,
Like essentially right after the showcase, I got like 5 appointments, so like
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's not the same, and I'm excited to see what they have for sure. You know,
And are you
uh,
going? You're going to LA? I'm assuming.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
be in
yeah,
LA for Summer Game Fest.
yeah. So are you going to the Xbox community event thing on the 7th?
Yeah, I'll be there for a little bit, but I have a lot of appointments like almost right after the showcase, so
Right
I might
on.
be there for 30 minutes before I have to bounce.
Right on. So you and Mag might run into each other. I forgot, Fuzzy, you're not going this year, right?
No,
No,
I'm going
Fuzzy's
this
going.
year.
Oh, you are
Yeah,
going this
I'm
year.
going this
That's
year.
right. Was it
Yeah,
last year
Fuzzy's
you
going.
didn't
No, I'm
go?
gonna.
I remember you, Fuzzy, at one point telling me that like you made a deal with your wife or something
Yeah.
that like for the horror stuff was like that
Mhm.
was her thing for that year, and then did you still get your way both years?
Well, kind of like it started with me going in. It started with me going in 22, because they gave us the tickets, and then the following year, I think we did the cruise,
Yeah, yeah,
what do you call it, Jay and Silent Bob cruise,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then we were doing a lot of the fan, like horror cons and things like that, the following year. So this year it was kind of up in the air because my fear of flying, but I got a lot of spare time. School is over with, so the wife is going to have a lot of spare time. So I figure, we'll just make it a road trip,
Yeah.
and avoid the craziness of flying, and deal with the crazies on the road type of deal. But yeah, we're going this
Yeah,
year.
I forgot we already just talked about this before we went live. My memory is actually that bad that. But yeah, it's awesome that you guys are all going to be there. It's really cool. I like seeing it. I love seeing all the photos and everything of the showcases and like everybody like meeting and stuff. And but so here's how we're going to play this out. Okay, so because we're going to have multiple people roll through. I'm going to keep tabs a little bit on these predictions. Now we're going to have. I want two like and you guys have all done this before with me on in some form or fashion, but I want two like regular predictions like could act kind of more feasible, right? And then I want to shoot for the moon prediction, right? Like at the Xbox showcase, what would be like something, I mean, it's not impossible to happen, but if this happened, it would absolutely just blow your mind and make your entire week. You know what I mean? It would make your whole week. If you get what I'm saying. All right. So,
Yeah, you're pretty much saying like give me some regular guesses that
yeah, two
that is
regulars.
pretty easy, and then give me like mic drop moments that's never gonna happen. Like,
Yes, exactly. Right. So I'm gonna start with Attic on this. So let's get your first like
someone else
predictions.
go first. I just got a phone call.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Well, in that case, we'll welcome Plume. I want to see if your mic's set up and stuff yet, because I didn't give you any time before I pulled you in here, bro. Not yet. So we'll go to Magg. Magg.
All right. What's up?
First showcase prediction.
We're talking about the Xbox one, right? Because there's
Yes.
3 showcases.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll,
so we'll
we'll mention those other shows later. They're
Okay,
just
so
like
not-
what
not
you
Keighley.
know. Yeah, not Keighley.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Not State of Play.
Okay, so Xbox.
Xbox showcase. Yeah.
you're gonna see Blade.
Okay.
You'll see Blade. That is happening. So that's going to be one I'm excited to see properly. Spoke to a couple of one person in particular who's actually already played the build of the game. So it's coming along nicely. So that's going to be exciting to see. So you will see Blade at the Xbox showcase. Obviously, Gears, they're doing a whole bloody thing about it after. You're going to see a little bit deeper dive in Modern Warfare 4, which they dropped today finally. And by the way, just for the record, it was funny. Colt and I were off by 1 day. We predicted it was coming out October 22nd because obviously it was going to avoid the traditional November release because of GTA 6, right? So I said, well, it's going to come out in October. And so Colt and I were like, well, what day? And so we came up with October 22nd. Turns out it's October 23rd. So we were off by 1 day. That would have been so cool to get it. But anyways, we'll see a deeper dive on Modern Warfare 4. Blade you will see there. And then you're going to see, well, obviously they're going to be showcasing the games that we already know are coming this year, right? You're going to get a little bit more about Fable with a release date. That's going to be another one. So, but other than that, I mean, how far do you dive into 27, right? Because they're going to have to show State of Decay 3 a little bit more. That's a 27 game. You've got Clockwork Revolution, a 27 game. Don't listen to that business. It's not coming.
The coming soon to Game Pass thing didn't mean
no. That is okay. No, that's not. None of that is happening. Clockwork Revolution 27. They're gonna have to show more of that. And then they're going to have to, and of course, Blade. So that rounds out 3 games for 27. You're going to also talk about those 2 other games come out in 27 as 26. And then the other one, they're going to have to give the release date for Halo Combat. What the hell is it called again? Campaign Evolved.
Combat Re-Evolved or Campaign Re-Evolved?
No, Campaign Evolved. Campaign Evolved. So
okay,
they're going to give a release date for Campaign Evolved, which will be in the summer, not the fall. So we'll get it somewhere between July and August. The first rumor was like the 3rd week of July, 4th week of July, but it could be anywhere between that 3rd week of July and beginning of August, whenever they decide to plant it in there, which is wise. You want to avoid September. September is going to be a bit muddy, right? And then there's going to be a lot of third-party outliers in there that we don't know yet either, like Onimusha and stuff like that, right? So we don't know when those games are coming out. And Capcom is cooking right now. So, those are what I'm seeing. It's pretty safe bets. Now, I have an outlier. Here's my shoot for the moon one, okay? And this could go 50-50, but I think, and it's just me, I think we might see it this year, finally, because I know the guy's working on it at Ubisoft Toronto.
Oh, I know where you're going with this.
You know where I'm going. I've been down there. I've seen it with my own eyes. It exists, ladies and gentlemen. I'm saying there might be a 50-50 chance that we either say Splinter Cell at the Xbox showcase or the Keighley showcase. I don't know which one, but I think it's time they do that.
Oh man!
Now I could be totally wrong, but that's my shoot for the moon. But I know the damn game exists, so it is coming in 27. But it would be nice to see that sometime between then and whatever.
I do have one quick follow up on your shoot for the moon. Do you think Xbox does anything special towards Ubisoft or anything to kind of try and either marketing or Game Pass deal or any kind of thing to associate Splinter Cell back with Xbox in some form or fashion?
No, just the association with Xbox from way back in the day. Remember the original Splinter Cells were on the OG Xbox and then making their way over.
Yeah.
They were exclusive originally, so like maybe a little bit of an homage in their 25th year, saying, "Hey, it started here. Now we're going back to the original, remaking to the original, and it'll be back." You know what I mean? But no, as for like Game Pass and stuff like that, no. It's like very similar to like how Xbox has a partnership rights with Sega for the new games, as you saw the teaser for Crazy Taxi. Those games are not going into Game Pass. By the way, that was a Sarah Bond deal, not an Asha Sharma deal. So Sarah Bond made those deals, and as a result of that, those will be featured and advertised and marketed by Xbox, but they will not be Game Pass. So I think that Splinter Cell will be the same, but it'd be nice. I mean, wouldn't that be cool to see that back on an Xbox stage? I think that'd be fun.
Oh,
but I'm not. That's my shoot for the moon. I have no knowledge of when they plan on showing it. I just know the damn thing exists. That's all.
Right on, man. Oh, hey, dude, I love it. I love those. For what I want to say, a quick hello to Plume before we get over to Addict. Plume, what's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Excited for the showcase. Happy to be here.
Yeah, dude. I think this is actually our first time even being together on a show, period.
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
So it's a thank you for coming through, man. We're gonna get some predictions from you in a
Am I
minute.
the only one that works with Plume in this
I
community? Like,
I've known Plume like just kind of like third hand for years. Like I've been in his chat sometimes. Like when he was live. I've seen his videos, interacted a little bit here and there on Twitter. I think going back like 5 years.
To be fair, it takes like 3 to 5 business days for him to respond to you.
Yeah, my Twitter DMs, they're so messed up. I go in there, it's just bot, girl bots. All it's ridiculous.
Would you like to see more of my pictures?
Yeah.
Click here. By
So
the way,
I
that was
just
me. That wasn't girls.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
crazy. So
for you to do,
I have trouble getting through all my DMs on there, but
So you have like a bunch of random just like female bots in your DMs, and I got to try and wiggle my way through that to get you onto the show. Basically,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Right on. Oh, well,
Not that I'm
thank you for
clicking on the
finding
actual
me.
messages. Not that I'm actually going through them. It's just
Yeah. Not like it. Oh, hey, there's one that's important. This one looks important. But yeah, thanks for being here, Plume, man. It's cool to have you here because I think this is our first time actually just interacting like one-on-one as well, dude. So, but like Addict, dude, you've been patiently waiting, man. Thank you so much. Your phone call done? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. All right, so
my brother's going through like a training stuff, and they tear gassed him today. So he was telling me.
Oh,
I
damn.
was like, okay. After about a minute and a half, I was like, I gotta go. Like you could call me back later.
Yeah. What was that? I've been tear gassed once as well.
Yeah. This is the second time he's done it.
Yeah. Second time?
Yeah.
Right on. So, Addict. Let's get a feasible 2 predictions from you and then a shoot for the moon. Like what's going to happen at this Xbox showcase this year?
I think one of them is I would like release dates. I think we need a Gears and Fable release date. Are they going to give that? I don't know. They might wait till someone said maybe Gamescom but Gamescom's a little late. We talk August, almost September. And so I feel like release dates, we need that. I would like to see more on State of Decay 3. I think that would be a phenomenal thing. And I think my mic drop moment is them announcing like a big JRPG world premiere, well, probably not Dragon Quest 12 now, but like a Persona 6 or something. Like, because here's the thing, like, it's like, okay, you're showing me a little bit of consistency of getting these games on your platform. Now I got to see you go above to make sure one of them's on your platform. They're doing a lot better job with that. I do know that the where Square Enix is moving, Final Fantasy Part 3 is definitely getting announced this year. So either the PlayStation showcase or whatever they're calling that State of Play, Jeff Keighley's or Xbox, like unless they do a Nintendo Direct and it's there. So that's my big thing, because like if I see it on the stage, there ain't no question if it's coming to the platform or not. So
if you could pick one that like your biggest bet or which one would you be most excited for? Like out of the JRPGs, would it be Persona? Would it be like Kingdom Hearts? Would it be a brand new Final Fantasy or something?
Any Square Enix, because I feel like that's always been the up in the air thing is Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
So if they gave me like a Kingdom Hearts 4 reveal, which I don't think they're going to do that. I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out next year, and they're not going to really show too much on that until they're able to get this next Final Fantasy out. Mm-hmm. So I think you'll probably see that somewhere. I would prefer it to be Final Fantasy 7 Part 3, but logistically, I don't know if that's going to happen. So
if they revealed Final Fantasy 7 Part 3 at an Xbox show instead of a PlayStation show, that would be absolutely insane. Just period, right? Like, because the exclusivity for so long on PlayStation on the other two, that would kind of mark a very stark contrast moment, for the gaming public and how they receive
I think it would just determine whether or not PlayStation secured all those exclusives at the beginning of the development process. I don't know if like before the first one came out, they just locked up that whole trilogy. We'll have to see exactly how that happened. I do think there won't be no issue of like the next like mainline Final Fantasy. I think Persona 6 is definitely in contention. I just want to see them market more. I feel like they've gotten so far away with marketing stuff. If I see the Xbox brand associated with anything not theirs, it's like oh, like the fact that they got to the point where they don't market stuff so much. When they do it, I consider that like a big deal. It's like because they used to market like Call of Duty, Madden, FIFA. Like they don't really do that no more. So I just want to see them pushing more marketing.
Yeah. Yeah, big third party shows, like showings would be big for the big games because like everybody kind of does their own thing now with all that stuff. Shout out to Spartan6616 who gifted 5 Fun Speculation members. Dude, super appreciate you, bro. Again, support on this channel is never expected, but always appreciated. And enjoy those memberships. Everybody in the chat who got one, appreciate that. Welcome to the speculators. As well as Adidas20 hit us earlier with a member for 15 months message to salute everyone. Salute to you, Adidas. Hope you're doing well, bro, as well. Man, those are some good ones, Addict. Dude, a huge JRPG reveal. I'm trying to piece together the show if we get all the Shoot for the Moons together. A Splinter Cell, let's say like a major Square Enix JRPG reveal. Like, this show would be insane if the Shoot for the Moons came true already. Like, I would be super, super pumped, man. But yeah, thanks, Ad. If you want to hang out, dude, and chime in and hang out, you're I don't want to kick anybody out, but if you're
off to make it easier for people to come in and out.
Yeah, so just super appreciate you being here, man. And
all right, man.
Have a good one, dude. Check out Iron Lord's podcast, guys, on Sunday. You might see me there potentially. I'm not saying. I don't know.
I'm gonna still listen in the background though.
Right on, dude. Appreciate it, Addict.
All right, peace.
So Plume, man, dude, it's good to have you roll through, bro. Well,
Yeah,
is that a what kind of mic is that, by the way? Is that a Shure?
Shure MV7i, I believe. Yeah.
Is that the same one that you have, Magg?
Yeah, it's the same one I got, but his is close to the camera, so it looks like a bazooka.
Yeah,
His
yours
looks
does
like
look smaller.
his looks like it's this big, and I'm just like, why is his mic so gigantic? And I'm like, oh, it's just the angle.
You guys with your Shure mics.
Hey, man, it's great. Look, it's
I know,
a
I
great
need to get
investment.
one.
I'm telling you, it's a great investment.
Yeah,
Look, they even give you a fancy sticker you can put on your chair.
Oh, I should.
Oh, is that a
I should do
sticker?
too.
Yeah, it's a sticker. It's not a Shure chair. No, it's
Okay.
another gaming chair. But I'm like, I'm gonna put it there and pretend that they actually they sponsored me, so
You? Yeah.
you never know. You never know. Well, we got other sponsors, but not Shure.
I could wear my Gunner glasses and pretend that they sponsored me. Sent me some glasses. Well, Plume, thanks for being here, bro. And again, I gotta say your videos are always absolutely awesome. And are you still doing the Xbox International podcast as well?
No, that's we haven't done that for a while. I don't know if we're gonna get back to it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's been.
There's so many
over years,
podcasts,
so-
man. It's like it's so
Yeah.
hard to keep up with. But I remember seeing you on there quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you've been absolutely awesome in the community for a long time now. So I know you're pumped, dude. Like you always keep it real on your shows. But you always have it. And something I've always noticed about you is a lot of the videos you put out, like me and you kind of have the similar way of thinking and stuff. So it's if I want to see like, am I being crazy? I go look at a Plume video. I was like, no, he actually agrees with me. So I know I'm not being crazy because this guy's really level-headed. So,
Try to be. I just try to be logical. I get a lot of things wrong, but I just try to keep level-headed because it's video games. It's not.
yeah, it's not
for
life
fun.
or death. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people take it a little too far.
I was gonna say, yeah. Speak for ourselves. There are a lot of people out there who will, take it way too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see some of the social media is crazy, especially on X.
Yeah, I think there's a guy in the community that still has a picture of me and 3-Bit in a toilet, and he's pissing on our faces for his intro. Yeah.
That sounds great.
Yeah, because
Friday night.
Because we were upset that Xbox closed a couple studios a couple years ago. Like, okay, all right, let's go there. All right, we got some.
And that's probably pre-AI, so he had to make that himself.
Yeah, I imagine spending the time to actually go and create
4
that.
days making this picture.
How much R. Kelly energy do you have? You know,
It's
like,
you-
like, whoa, it's still
in
there
those 4
too, I
days of
think.
making that picture, you could have attempted at like communicating with a girl or something. I don't know, maybe just a thought.
It's
Just a thought.
insane. Yeah, like I had
Gotta go
I had 2 hours of tweets, or like, you know, in the shows that week talking about Xbox shut down studios, and this will trigger some people to be actually that demented to go that far, man. It's absolutely crazy. But Plume, bro, I need some Xbox showcase predictions from you. Let's go with a feasible, like 2 feasible ones, and then like a shoot for the moon type.
Okay, so feasible ones, I feel like they've already been said. The first thing that popped in my mind was we're gonna get all the release dates for the upcoming rest of the games that are coming out this year from the final 3. So like Gears, E-Day, obviously we're getting that one with the direct at the end. Halo will get a release date. I'm predicting like an August release date for that, and then Fable will get. It looks like it isn't going to get delayed to 2027 based off of all of the recent information. It being rated, I think, like Korea and other parts of the world. And we just got Call of Duty in October today, right? That was October
Correct.
23rd, I believe.
Yep.
So I feel like they're gonna put Fable in December because they're not gonna do November.
That's what I
Yeah.
said. Everybody thought I was crazy.
So
It doesn't make any sense anywhere else, Plume.
Yeah.
Where are you going to put it? September is stacked. October's filling up. We don't know when Onimusha's coming. That's another big one, right? And like I said, Capcom's cooking this year. November, forget about it. Mindshare is stolen. We know what November's all about. Where do you put a bigger game that Fable that could possibly have upwards of 40 to 100 hours, right? Sorry, Karen.
and that it's also to me like December's a tough release time frame too, especially for a game like that where they're bringing it back after all these years to slot it into December. So it'll be very interesting to see how it does because you remember Indiana Jones when I feel like the December release date for Indiana Jones hurt it. So we'll see how that does. But I'm thinking December, and then September is loaded. Gears is going to be in September. We already got that basically leaked from the Triple Mania, the WWE stuff. So that's so Fable release date, and we'll get all the release dates for the rest of the games. The second one, I think I was gonna say Blade, but I believe when I jumped on, I heard you say that, Meg. So I'll try to think of something else. I think we'll see some more of Kojima's game, OD.
Ooh,
We'll show off some
good
gameplay or something of that. We've only seen some cinematic trailer basically of that so far. I don't think we've seen any gameplay of that, right?
The only other thing we've seen was at one of the Keeley shows. He had Jordan Peele come up, and he was like, "Hey, we're working with these directors," and it had that like door sequence of like that trailer where like there's a knock on the door, That's the only thing I think we've seen actually from that. So
maybe we get something more in depth from him. I wonder if he'll show up at the showcase as well. He loves to show up there and get on stage and talk, or it's pre-recorded. So
would he be on Summer Game Fest, or do you think he'd be on the Xbox showcase?
That's true, but he didn't. Because he is best friends with Jeff, right? So I think he'll be at one of them for sure. If I'm leading, probably Jeff's show.
Yeah,
probably the Jeff.
And it's interesting because Jeff's show, like Xbox is actually last this year.
Yeah, June 7th. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're usually first.
Yeah. PlayStation's first.
Yeah.
They announced, when's that, Tuesday? They announced that in advance too. I feel like PlayStation's actually, I know we're not talking about PlayStation, but I feel like we're finally going to get a great like first party show from them with first party games.
Yeah.
But that's my hope, but we'll see.
Well, it's 25th anniversary, so you'd hope so, right?
Yeah. No, for Xbox.
Oh,
for 25th.
Yeah. Oh, so you're talking about State of Play. Sorry, yeah.
I'm talking about State of Play. I think
no, my bad. Yeah.
They've had good showcases from third-party perspective, been lacking from like first-party games. I feel like we'll finally get that on June 2nd. Well, they'll show off some more first-party stuff that's going to be coming out. What was the third one you wanted? Like a over the
I want to I want to shoot from like what would like blow your socks off like at some kind of reveal or a new game announcement, or like could be hardware. What announcement could be made at an Xbox showcase that is going to just melt your brain?
So I'm looking forward to Yeah, I don't know if this will happen, but we've heard so much talk about hardware stuff, Project Helix. We've seen the leaks of like the Elite Series 3. I'm looking forward to, because the last 2 years it's been games at the Xbox showcase, and they haven't really given us anything else besides that. Although obviously that's what it's for. Because it looks like next year we're getting Project Helix. I'm looking forward to them adding in some part of the showcase where they're talking about or show off the console. Like maybe they give us the teaser for Project Helix, kind of like what they did at the Game Awards back in 2019 when they showed off the Series X. And Phil came out and just did like that big tease for it. I think maybe they'll do something like that for Project Helix, and then we'll see some more stuff of like the Elite Series 3 and then that cloud controller as well. The other thing that I would really hope that, I don't know if they'll put this in a June showcase, but I would love to see some more talk about the backwards compatibility program and them releasing more games into that, and then some dropping into Xbox Game Pass, specifically from like the ABK catalog. So that would be awesome if they did stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, that would be huge, dude. I'd
Yeah.
love to see it. I think we're bound for some surprises that we don't know about, because there is like every single year. I'm just curious, like this is Asha's first show, it's the 25th anniversary, they're having this whole, return to Xbox theme, this whole kind of rebranding, doing a lot of like community focused things, bringing back Fan Fest for the 25th anniversary, all these kind of things. And it's like,
Yeah.
if they don't have the show that is going to capture the spirit of everything they've been doing lately, I almost feel like it would be really flat. So I kind of, in a way, expect this year's show to be the biggest one they've had this gen.
Yeah, and which is kind of think about it, it's kind of crazy because I think the last 2 years were phenomenal.
Oh, 100%.
From just games perspective. Like I feel like they topped 2024, 2025, and I thought 2024 when that happened was probably one of their best showcases. So she's coming in and she has a pretty tough job in front of her, but they obviously set her up for a year where it's like you'll have the content to be able to top last year's show with all the games that they do have coming out. And she's been talking so much about the console and the core Xbox fan. If they don't touch on that at all, I feel like that'll be a miss. I think people are expecting console talk in some way because of everything she's been putting out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, man. Well, dude, 100%. Thanks for your predictions, man. We'll see. I'm keeping track of everybody's and stuff that said. I'm just curious, like, to see what actually happens and stuff. But if you got to roll out, that's cool. If you want to hang out, that's cool too, man. But I'm gonna get
for sure. I'll jump off and I'll make room for other people. But we should podcast again in the future and do something since this was short. And
yeah. I'll have you on
it, so.
If it's a good time for you at some point. Like we'll get together, have you on as like a regular guest, or like if we want to do something else together, we could do that too, man. 100%.
All right, sounds good.
Cool.
Good.
Shout out to your Montreal Expos hat.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you. And hopefully my Habs win tomorrow, but I don't think.
Good luck, man.
Yeah,
good luck.
They're
done. You never know. You never know.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Right. Later, Plume. Appreciate you.
Later, man.
Well, I mean, we got some good predictions so far, guys.
Yeah, man.
Is this your
pretty wild?
3-Bits new scenery? Is this our first time seeing 3-Bits new scenery again for like the third time in 2 years?
For now.
For now?
I need to. Well, this is just my living room. I got my game room and whatever. It's not set up yet, so.
Okay.
Eventually.
Right on.
For now, you get plain white background. Not as cool as Magg's awesome arcade. I mean, I do have an arcade over there. Yeah, so I'll have it set up eventually.
I was gonna say, brother, you got to get that camera and shift it over towards that arcade.
Like,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, good to be here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here, 3-Bit. Now, Fuzzy, you've been waiting super patient, bro. So I want to get to some predictions from you. Now, like I said, like we're gonna go 2 feasible kind of ones, but you could make it interesting. Like mine are always going to be off the wall, regardless, right? So, let's get 2 feasible ones and a shoot for the moon prediction from the one and only Smooth Mr. Fuzzy Belvedere.
Well, a lot of the ones I wanted to talk about have already kind of been mentioned.
Yeah.
I was hoping that we would see Blade, especially if there's some Helix talk at the showcase. I figure that's going to be like a launch title, cross-gen type of thing. State of Decay 3, definitely looking forward to that. But I'm going to go with one that's probably kind of unexpected, that I think will stand a pretty good chance. Brutal Legend 2. I know Double Fine's been working on one of their bigger titles, whether it's Psychonauts 3 or Brutal Legend 2. That part I don't know. I'm leaning more towards Brutal Legend 2 because of what Jack Black said probably like 5 or 6 years ago, like shortly after Psychonauts 2 was wrapped up. He was like, "Oh yeah, they got me back for another game, that's beloved or something along those lines." He kind of leaked a little bit about the stuff that they were starting. So I'm assuming 5 or 6 years in, they're probably close to show, or at least close enough to where they can show it off. Outside of that, I do believe, and I've said this long ago because of the relationship with Sony or with Sega now, that we would probably see Persona 6 on their stage. We got to see what was it? I keep on wanting to call it Phantasia. What is the one that they had that was not too long ago from Atlas? That was a pretty big title, and I can't remember
Metaphor?
the name of it. Metaphor, yeah.
Yeah.
So since they had Metaphor on their stage was a couple of years ago, I think it's fitting to have Persona 6 on their stage as well. So we'll see. Um, they're also been giving a lot of airtime to RGG as well with Stranger Than Heaven. So Persona 6 would be a good fit for that stage. But as far as shooting for the moon, Magg already called it on the Splinter Cell one. I was hoping we'd hear something from Ubisoft this year between Splinter Cell and a little bit more details on Division 3, especially considering Garrity went over to EA after Zampella passed. But I'm hoping we do get that. But I'm going to call for a wild card that I know is 99% impossible because it's already been officially canceled. But new leadership could see it a different way. And I think after what was talked about, shown, or leaked, or whatever from after its cancellation, I want to see Project Blackbird make it back into the fold and get an official name and go back to production, because I think it was like 80% through or close to 80%. It needed another 6 months to a year, possibly. I would love to see them based on the concept. Think of Blade Runner, Fifth Element, a bit of Starfield, and Mass Effect all blended into one game. I think that would be a big game for Bethesda, and I would love to see it, get put back into action. But that's definitely a long shot. But another one that is probably a little on the early side, because I don't even think they've completely solidified a StarCraft crew. Maybe StarCraft Ghost. I know we've kind of talked about it as soon as the Activision Blizzard deal. It'd be nice if they crept back into the StarCraft IP. That would be one that I think would be worthwhile. But a more grounded far shot, only because I know it wasn't worked on or wasn't talked about for a long time. Maybe we get to see a Wolfenstein 3, even if it's just CGI at this point. I know they're still doing Indiana Jones. I guess they have like the green light for a second installment. But I would love to see a Wolfenstein 3 to kind of wrap up the trilogy. And I hope at least between State of Decay, Blade, and Splinter Cell, the Project Blackbird would be the top of my list, but I would say in reality, Splinter Cell, Blade, and State of Decay 3, if I could see those at the showcase, I'd be a happy man.
Dude, I love it, man. Those are awesome predictions. I think that the Project Blackbird thing. That's like something I keep putting that energy out there too, because like you know, when there's new leadership, anything's possible. I think it's such a freaking long shot. But if everybody out there in the Xbox community says, "Hey, go back to Project Blackbird," maybe it could happen. You know, just maybe, because that is like the biggest, after seeing that game that had gotten leaked out to the public. That is one of the biggest marks that they missed, and I think they had a massive IP ahead of them with that game. So anyway, it is what it is at this point. But I got to get to a couple of these super chats and stuff, because we are getting behind on them. So I super appreciate you guys for being patient with that. First off, we had the Deceiver T1P sent a Fun Speculation membership. Super appreciate that. Also, Spartan6616 sent another Fun Speculation gifted membership as well. You're absolutely awesome, Spartan. Appreciate those. Alvin9033 with the $5 super chat said Gears early September, Fable September, October, then COD late October is just fine. Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3 came out 2 weeks apart and both did fine. They were the same genre. I see where he's coming from on this a little bit, because like I think a lot of us like hey, everything has to be spaced out so much, but like in reality, when we go like 3 weeks real time, 2 to 3 weeks real time in between games, it feels like a bigger gap than it actually looks like on paper, when we're always trying to like look at these things off into the future. Like, although I would say, like, if Xbox had another massive game drop this week, I would think it would be too early after Forza Horizon 6, because they are riding that wave right now. You know what I mean? So there's like, I think it depends, you know, on what kind of games they are and all that kind of stuff. So super appreciate that, Alvin. Let's see. We also have Alvin sent 10 gifteds as well, bro. Super appreciate that. Everybody in the chat, thank you for being here. If you do like the content on the channel, make sure you hit the like button, share it out, notification bell, sub. If you're not subbed, greatly helps people find us and helps us grow. But you guys rock. Man. Mag,
Yo.
would you like to call BS on any of these predictions so far? I mean,
No. No, they're all valid predictions, and some of them are a little more solid than more solid than others. But yeah, no, it's all valid. Everybody's got their opinion and what they think are coming and what could be coming. And you know what? The thing is, at the end of the day, yeah, you tend to come across a lot of information as you reach out to more people or whatever, and you find things out, and that's great and all that. But like at some point, you also like to be surprised, and it would be nice to be able to sit down and just have that moment like that where everybody just kind of looks at each other like, oh, you know what I mean, like that. Like I would like to see that once in a while, and like it's kind of a curse when you start networking with more and more people, and then you start talking to developers and this and that or whatever, and like it kind of sucks that like when like when you talk to different developers from different studios of like for example even the Activision people, and of course Infinity Ward, I was talking to them months ago, and then they were saying they're really excited for Call of Duty, and then that was when we were talking about our next and see what a year and a half ago, saying that it was going to be a current gen only game. But that kind of stuff. And then they were saying they're really excited for this entry. And that was even before Black Ops 7 came out. So like, you don't want to know everything, like it's kind of fun to be able to just sit back and like, hey, we can have some fun, do a show like this and just say, hey, whatever. But then when you hear, by the way, this is coming, we just did a vertical slice for this. And I'm like, I don't want to hear all of it. I'd like to be surprised, but either way, the one that I kind of spoiled for, some people, whatever, was Blade, and that will be there. But and I can't wait to see that. And I mean, come on, I mean, you got Blade showing up there. Can we not have you're in Hollywood. Can we not have Wesley Snipes and the new Blade walk on stage together? Kind of like how Harrison Ford and what's his face did when they did the Indiana Jones thing. The hell's his name?
The only thing is like the new Blade is no longer the new Blade, because that whole project I think got scrapped.
No, not Mahershala Ali. I mean,
okay.
the voice actor for the game.
The voice
actor for the game is out there. He announces the blade with like whoever's going to announce it,
Mhm.
and then Wesley Snipes come out with too. Like, come on, that would be amazing. That would
That
be
would be
like one of
sick.
those Keanu Reeves kind of moments.
Or
You know
what
I
if
mean?
they have
Like,
also like hey, and play as Wesley Snipes skin, as like a pre-order option
yeah,
or
like a
some
pre-order bonus or something. It would be a little
yeah.
early to talk about pre-orders,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like because that's not going to be till next summer, but or maybe in the fall, depending on how the scheduling works out for it. But either way, that would be an awesome thing to do, and you know what I mean. Get that star power out there as well as he's riding high. I mean, well, high. He was he was riding high off of the Deadpool Wolverine movie. You get him back out there.
Mhm.
He's a fan favorite. Then you get the voice actor. I mean, I think that'd be a great idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be a whole situation. That would be something. But well, we'll see what happens. But no, nothing is like a wild. But there
Yeah,
are
I
there are
agree.
outliers. The outliers are we've all talked about the first party stuff, right? And this year is a banner year for the Xbox brand as they have 5 flagship titles coming out in 1 year, which by the way, when I went back and looked at their 25-year history, this has never happened before. Ever in the 25 years have they launched everything in 1 year. And so this is a banner year for them. Now, I keep saying the most important thing is not 26. 26 is a slam dunk. Like Asha was running down the court. She's standing in the key. All they did was hand her the ball. She just goes
Yeah.
like in the net. She doesn't have to do nothing in respect to the games. She's got that. 27 is going to be where they're going to have to really work because now you're going to come off that high wave of 26. Like, how do you match it for 27? So that's what's going to be important to show at the showcase, that you have a strong 27 coming as a follow-up to 26. Right?
Yeah.
Because that is
Yeah.
how you're going to have to ride that momentum, because Xbox's main problem over the last decade, I would say, has been consistency. Not consistency in releasing games and stuff like that. It's consistency in terms of public opinion and quality of all their games. Like, they have a good game, then they have 2 bad ones. Then they have 2 good ones, then they have a bad one. And it keeps going up and down and up and down and up. But if they can ride this 26 consistency, which I would expect the games that are coming this year. I know, talk to some people, the coalition, they're pumped for this Gears. And like the things that saying, I know it sounds like a commercial, but they're like, guys, you guys are not ready for what you're going to see with Gears. It's going to be unbelievable. The guys at Infinity Ward were saying the same thing. They're saying this year's COD is going to be, quote, there's a quote from one of them, it is going to be a performance and graphical showpiece this year.
Yeah.
And they're really excited about the story as well. I mean, give me the
They had the
bearded Captain
reveal
Price.
trailer today, which looked. I mean, I gotta say, I was pretty pumped after watching that trailer.
Right. Give me the bearded Captain Price. More of that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for this, right? So, like, give me more of this. So they're going to ride a great wave this year. So now they have to follow it in 27. This showcase is going to have to inject that confidence into 27, and that's how you build consistency. Right. And that's why what she's doing right now, look what she's doing right now.
Mhm.
She's not really talking about the games. She's building up things in the community.
Yeah.
Right. Badges for like achievements, fixes of this, new logo, new intros, like little things like that that build up what I've been calling a foundation of positivity. You build that up. And at the same time, the studios are doing their thing. Great. You've got the 1-2 punch. Now the showcase, show everybody what's coming for 27. Obviously, give the release dates for all the games coming this year. And then you got to show 27.
Yeah, to me, it's kind of like she's been fixing the energy.
That's it.
It's like fixing the energy of like the messaging, the marketing, what Xbox is about. Like, as far as having an identity of the brand was kind of lost. It became this kind of like corporate-esque, like for everybody, kumbaya messaging thing where it's like all overly politically correct, all like, hey, we're doing this, we're everybody plays, we all win, all that kind of messaging and stuff. And that doesn't sell to people, that doesn't get anybody excited about something. That's just like, hey, this is a good thing, that's not telling people like, this is awesome, you have to be here. And she's injecting the identity and the brand image back into Xbox, and starting with the community, but also with simple things like the green and the logo, and then putting, the, hey, do you like capital Xbox better, or do you like lowercase Xbox better? And it's like, oh, you guys like capital. It's capital Xbox now, so it's like rolling with that. And then now The app just got updated yesterday, to show on, and simple things like that matter. Like, remember Spotify changed their app logo for their anniversary, and everybody's like, what is this garbage thing? I don't want this on my phone. I hate this. Like, and then they were like, oh, I'm sorry. Cracker Barrel changed their logo to something like less appealing to people, that was like more generic, and people were like, I want the old man back. I want the old man back. Like, it's freaking chicken fried steak and eggs in the morning. Like, what do we care? But things like that matter, and it's really interesting to see how that, just the simple little things that she's done so far, even they're like easy wins and all that kind of stuff, add up to reestablish the community energy together, and the kind of there was a major fracture, that there's still some debate back and forth on specific things, but it's nothing like it had been the last couple of years. When the perpetrators of doom started back in 2024, when I was like, oh, guys are all talking about this, like Magg, you and Colt started talking about this stuff on X and C about, like, you guys aren't gonna like this stuff, and I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like, what are you guys talking about? I don't. What do you mean? Like, everything's good. Like, we got all the games in Game Pass, with tons of games coming out. We got hardware coming out. Like, what are you guys talking about? And it's like, oh, you guys aren't gonna like this. It's like, oh, bullshit. Well, Magg was right. People did not like everything that was coming down the pipeline. So it's crazy.
Blame me though. That's blame me. Make sure you blame me. That's what
you
most
started.
people do.
You started it. It was because of you that the whole thing ended up happening. No, I'm just kidding. But no, you were right though. Like, on a lot of the things that you said were going to happen.
Well, because I talk to people in the head office, like the people that make the real decisions.
I remember when
not the janitor. Like,
back then, I was like, "What the fuck? Magg's an insider now?" I was like, "What the hell's going on?"
No, I never call myself. I know
that. But at the time, you were saying that the stuff, and it was like, "Oh shit."
Oh, there's
What's
more.
going on?
I mean, I know a lot more.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be meeting some of them in LA next week,
Mhm.
and I finally get to meet some of them. Not some of them. I'll be meeting all of them in person, but like, because we've talked, like, on the phone or through messages and stuff. But now we actually get to see each other face to face, so that's gonna be pretty wild. But I get to meet Asha on Sunday, so I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna tell her something, and I hope she gets a laugh out of it. I'm gonna be like, Asha, nice to finally meet you after talking to her, whatever else. And I say, hey, I just want to know that I hold the world record, ladies and gentlemen. I am the only person on Twitter who has never tagged her in a post. So I just wanted to be the first guy to say that. I said, I have never tagged you in anything, because, like, my God, she gets tagged in something every 4 seconds. And it's like, hey, Ash Sharm, check it out. My dog is wearing a green sweater. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, can you guys leave this woman alone? Like, holy crap. It's like every 5 seconds. But mind you, she doesn't answer the text herself. It's all, she has a team. So, you know what I mean? She has a team that deals with her social media, but still, yeah, it'd be nice to meet all those people. But yeah, like, when you find out some of that information, like, some of it you can't talk about because you'll out those people, and you don't want to do that, especially when they're sitting at the big mahogany table, right? So, found out a lot of information today. And I'll just say this, folks, in regards to Jez Corden's new article on Windows Central about what Asha said, that tough decisions are ahead. I know what those decisions are, but I'm going to keep that very quiet for a long time until they say something. But yeah, it'll be fun to speculate.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man.
Fun speculation, as it were.
Hey, you got to talk about everything, and all of it's fun to talk about, even if it's not necessarily good things. But, like, that's why we're all here, because we're passionate about the hobby, right?
Damn right.
3-bit, bro, you're back again.
Yeah,
it's awesome to have you here, bro. How you been, though? Like, you get settled? You're, like, pretty good?
starting to. Yeah, I started watching Spider-Man Noir.
Ooh, do you like
So
it?
I was just watching that before I came on here.
No spoilers.
It's cool.
Just say, is it good? Because I'm like, come on.
We've watched
I'm
2
liking
episodes.
it. I'm liking it. I've only watched the first one, and I'm watching it in black and white. I do like how you get an option to
Mhm.
like watch it in black or white or color. I like the little interactive things that Prime does sometimes.
Mhm.
Especially like the X-ray feature. Like, other platforms need to do that. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of that. But yeah, it's been going really good. I am, of course, I've been working on my TV show and been talking to execs and all the things. So that's been good. I really can't talk too much about it, but it's going well.
Yeah,
It's
that's
going well.
awesome, man.
But yeah, yeah, good stuff. And then this showcase. The showcase is right around the dang corner, and I'm really excited for it. Um I heard some of you guys' predictions and stuff like that. I'm really excited. I want to throw my little prediction in there because actually I don't know much about this. I know did stuff in the past, but actually I don't know. I don't know what the heck. Mag probably knows more than me.
Yeah, I mean, you've
So
actually worked on stuff for past showcases. So,
yes, yes.
but this year you absolutely don't know anything because you've been
Nope,
doing other
no
stuff.
idea. Yep, I'm in other people land. I'm in I'm in tech industry land and commercial land, and that's where I've been kind of moving away from the gaming industry a little bit. But I am super excited about the showcase. It's been really interesting, kind of seeing what Sharma has been doing the past few months, and like you said, Mav, like the energy she's starting to bring to the Xbox brand, I think has been energizing a lot of there's a lot of fans. It's like, wow, they're capitalizing the Xbox logo. They're bringing a new Xbox startup screen. They're rebrandishing like achievements and things like that. Like those things are awesome, and I think during the Phil era, I really respect Phil. I think he's great. He did a lot of things for the Xbox brand. I know some people like, hey, you took away exclusives and things like that. I still thought I had conversations with him and stuff in the past. I think he's good. He's great. Great man. Did cool things to the brand. But I think what people are looking for in this next era is just competition, right? Um, and we'll see what that means underneath this new leadership. And something Xbox has always done really well is showcases. They they usually have a lot of games. They have a ton of studios. And when you are like E3 timeline, right? I was fortunate enough to go to one of the E3s. It's a very celebratory timeline for gamers in for the industry, and people everywhere can celebrate. This is one time we can all just talk about games and all celebrate it together. So for me, it's always an exciting time, showcase season. um because this is what it's all about. We're all gamers at the end of the day. We all love playing different games and spectating on them. Now, getting that all of that out the way, I love Halo. I want to see it,
Yeah.
more of it. So my prediction is more of a wish list of I want to see some sort of Halo-ness. That I know we're gonna get the campaign and stuff like that, but I want them to expand the Halo universe. So that's my wish list. Always gonna wish for more Splinter Cell. So I
Well,
you
did you
know,
hear Mag's Splinter Cell prediction earlier?
I did not.
He said,
No, he wasn't here yet. Yeah.
yeah, he said that he was 50-50 that we'll see Splinter Cell this year at either Summer Game Fest or at the Xbox Showcase.
But it's not guaranteed it's going to show. I just know that it exists.
Yeah, 50-50. Yeah.
Like I've been to the studio. It's 30 minutes from the house. Ubisoft Toronto is here, and so like I've seen it. It's not like it's not an enigma. It's not a ghost. It's real, and it's a remake. So yeah, it's a remake, guys. So, sorry, some people in the chat were asking if it was a remake or a new game. No, it's a
Okay.
remake.
Like, in what sense
Yeah.
remake? It's like full on remake?
Like Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Okay.
Yeah, full remake from the
Yeah,
ground up. But they're using the bones of the game, and then they're building it from there. And that's what Ubisoft is going to do to bolster their lineup while they're working on new games like AC Hex and Division 3. And believe it or not, got an update from within the studio that Beyond Good and Evil is still in active development.
Wow.
Can you believe that? I didn't believe it. I'm like, guys, you guys are full of shit. And he's
That's
like,
beyond
no.
belief.
He goes, spoke to them. As he goes, spoke to the studio because they're not North America.
Yeah.
He goes, spoke to the studio. They are indeed still in active development with Beyond Good and Evil. I'm like, Man, they're starting to break some records there, folks, for longest development time ever.
Yeah.
But
Is it
anyway,
11 years
That's
or
insane.
God, it's
15
got to be
years?
longer than that, bro. It's got to be longer
I
than
forgot
that.
about that game.
Jeez.
I
But we-
think
completely
Ubisoft
forgot
forgot about the game. Never mind us.
I mean, when was that?
I
When
worked at
was that
Ubisoft and I forgot the
revealed?
game.
That was revealed like, was it like going at the beginning of last generation?
But oh man, yeah.
2008,
When was that
guys,
announced?
18 years ago.
2000.
What?
Wow,
Yes, it
that's
started
insane.
development at Ubisoft Montpellier in 2008. It was teased at E3 18 years ago. An E3 trailer at 2017 it was showed, and as of November 26, 25, they're confirmed that not only they're still working on it, they're working on multiplayer features and they're hiring new staff for it.
So this is worse.
This has
than
got to take the cake.
This is worse than the Duke
Duke
Nukem.
Nukem.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Was Duke
Yeah.
Nukem Forever?
Yeah, and we can't call GTA 6 because GTA 6 did not start active development
yeah.
until during the pandemic. So like that 7 years that the GTA 5 was out, they were just riding the wave of financial success with GTA Online, and of course the sales of the single player game. So they didn't go into active development until the pandemic started. So we can't really say that.
Yeah, that's insane. Absolutely insane.
That's insane. Wow. No, that's like the new Star Citizen in a way. But Star Citizen
Yeah,
you can play. You can play it. I'll be fair to Star Citizen, kind of. I've been talking trash about it. But yeah, I think that would be awesome. I've seen earlier versions of that game. I'm just gonna hop on whatever Mag says. I don't know which version we're gonna see, but that would be awesome to see a Splinter Cell. Um, that game. First off, I want the stealth genre to come back, right? 007 is like, yes, let's get more stealth games. It's kind of like disappeared for a little bit,
Yeah.
and I understand why. Like people's attention span is this is the reason why people are saying in development rooms like people's attention span is a lot lower. So a game like stealth where you're not just running past missions is like if I can't do that, there's like why? But I love stealth games. Splinter Cell had such a hold on me as a kid, and especially the spy versus merc mode. That was like one of the first
Yeah.
Xbox online games. I think that I played. And you can like had the voice changer back in the day and stuff like that. That was awesome. So I would love to see Splinter Cell come back, and anything Halo related, and Fuzz had some good ones, but I want to throw another one in there and have like Xbox has so many IP, and I want to wish this into existence to have some sort of Xbox Smash Bros. I'm gonna keep saying it until it's a thing, because I think you think about all the IP that they have now, whether it's Call of Duty, Minecraft, Halo, Fable, Gears, you could do Forza levels, right? And it just gets kind of insane when you think about it, and they could do their own sort of Smash Bros. And I would love to see that. Now I know um, we've had people in the panel be like, "I'm not a Smash Bros. Fan." That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't have to be Smash Bros. If it's like a kart game, I'm fine with that too, as long as they are celebrating their IP in some way. Because why not at this point? Um, that is my predictions.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
And
it,
fun,
dude.
more wish list things, but
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like it'd be a fun show. I think that like overall, this is going to be a show that we all kind of look back on just because of the 25th anniversary thing. So I think that paying homage will be a part of this show, but also a look ahead is going to be a big thing too. Now, are you wanting to stick around 3-bit, or were you needing to dip?
sure, I'll stick
Awesome, bro.
if you will have me.
Yes, absolutely. Now we do have also somebody else who made some predictions. He couldn't be here today because he's got a lot of things going on. But I want to give a shout out to another awesome person in the community, and I'm going to try this to see if it works. So I'm going to play the video via the Discord feature to share. And we got a video from the one and only Lord Cognito.
Hey.
So hoping the sound works right. So we're gonna try this.
All right, we are here. The
You guys hear
big
me?
one. Xbox
No,
Prediction
can't even see it.
Showcase. Shout out to Mavs. Shout out to the Fun
Yeah,
Speculation
click on the
Podcast.
watch stream thing.
Oh shoot.
Okay, yeah. You guys got to hit this.
There it is.
I think it's playing for the chat. Is it playing for the chat or no? No, because I'm capturing the damn screen. So I don't even know how to. Okay, hold on. Let me. I got an idea. I'm gonna fix this. Yeah, I got it.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. I've never done this through Discord before, and it doesn't make it easy.
I think all you have to do is press play from your end, because I can see him like he's frozen, like just his face.
It's because like I noticed Discord said it's like not showing the screen to save resources. So screw the resources. We're hitting play. Let's go.
Cast. Everybody on the panel salute, and everybody that sent their love to Mama Cog. It is much appreciated. It's been a very difficult time, thus I couldn't make it, but I had to give you guys some bars, man. This is our favorite time of the year. This is what we do. We do predictions. So let's get straight to it. All right, so we got 3, 2 that we say Cog says is most likely to happen, and then we got our little wish in the star one. So let's start with the first one. The thing that's in the air, the word that everybody's talking about. Exclusives. Number 1 on the player voice board that was recently created to express user, feedback and satisfaction. And everybody wants to know what Asha's going to do. So it's my prediction. I think that they don't make a definitive statement yet because remember, Fable is their social media accounts. They said it's still coming to PS5. And then as of now, Forza Horizon 6 is still scheduled to be coming to PS5. I know there's no wish list, there's no pre-orders, but as of right now, that would be, I feel, too much of a, as much as I know the bros want everything stripped away from PlayStation as of now, I get it, but it would be too much of a, in my opinion, a public relations disaster to deal with, like, hey, you promised, kind of thing. So I think they take it easy on that. But I will say this. I think the end of logo gate happens. And what I mean by that is that any future Xbox Game Studios title, maybe we don't see that PlayStation and Nintendo Switch logos. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where, after the show and people go, hey, so when is that title? That title's coming to PlayStation and Nintendo, right? And then as of now, they might be, the Xbox Wire post will say, hey, as of now, this is just only developed on Xbox. And that's why we see the subtle thing. And caveat, single player games. Because I still think, obviously, multiplayer still makes sense, and live service and that kind of stuff. So that's why I'm going with the first one. The exclusive question will be slightly answered in that way. It will be subtle. Number 2, I'm gonna say something controversial. No Project Helix. It'll be mentioned, in our next generation of consoles or whatever, briefly, but I don't think we get like the rollout and you get to see the hardware. And I just think the RAM crisis is just so much uncertainty right now. And maybe in their heart of hearts, they want to come out in 2027. But as we see with, Steam and the Steam machine and obviously the OLEDs and that just jumped up 300, that kind of thing. And I think the climate is just so volatile right now. And everybody's scared. Like, how is this going to play out? So maybe their heart of hearts, they wanted to launch 2027, ideally, and then I'd reveal now. And trust me, I'll be happy to be wrong if they show me a Helix. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, I'm going to go conservative and say no Helix. Maybe just mention that, they're still doing the next generation of console, but no full-on reveal, eat monsters. It's the Scorpion kind of thing. Like, it ain't going to be like that. It ain't going to be like that. All right, number 3, wish on a star. I'm going to cheat. Give you the baby one, and I'm gonna give you the big one. So the baby wish on the star, certain studio that caused a lot of unrest. And I think we may see John Johannes come out and our favorite little rock star new IP with Hi-Fi Rush 2. I'm a big fan of the game. Obviously, we know the story with Tango and how that was unceremoniously closed and everybody went crazy. But I think You know, they've been in development maybe 2-3 years. Might be a nice time to pop out and be like, yo. And remember, people forget. People are like, oh, Xbox closed the studio. That makes no sense. Well, remember, Xbox gave them a home. Xbox supplied them the route to craft on to let them exist. So I'm going to assume some first right of refusal kind of thing going on, exclusivity as far as dimension and stuff like that. It would be dope to see Chai and the crew and oh man, they done waiting all that come out. So that's my baby one. Now my ridiculous one. Absolute grown man tears cog. You just see the bold text. Remember, you know what I'm saying? We got the anniversary situation going on Xbox 25, right? So you know we're gonna get most likely Matt Booty come out or someone comes out and doing that section. You really want to get grown man tears? And after Xbox 25, we decided to go back to our roots. From the makers of Halo, the makers of Destiny.
Oh my gosh.
And Marathon. Bungie, come on home, baby, because it's looking spooky over there. It's looking spooky over there. I don't think Sony's happy. But hey, we're family. We've been in a relationship together. You know us. And right now you need it because they trying to turn the lights out over there. As a Destiny fan, I'm scared. Obviously, June 9th, they said they shut the power off. They shut the lights off. There ain't no more updates. And I don't think PlayStation's too happy. So hey, Sony wants to do a spin-off, spin that bad boy off, and Microsoft came through This is completely unrealistic. I have to do it. This is what we do with predictions. But yeah, that's the thing. And I guess the final little bonus round thing I'll say is as far as like the format of the show, I would like them to just kind of get straight into the games. Probably the first big game reveal, then you bring Asha out. You know, get her, because remember, this will be her first showcase in a post-Phil era, right? Post-Phil and Sarah era. So let's get her out there, have her reveal something cool. I feel Matt should come out maybe in the middle. Xbox 25, he's more qualified to talk about the history. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when you do your Halo campaign, you know, whatever, and your classic stuff. And then at the end, I think you owe Asha the one more thing. Whatever one more thing. I'll give y'all some extra ball. One more thing. Probably be like an Xbox game, global publishing kind of deal. Maybe a single player, very high fidelity kind of game that they have the rights, you know, in the realm of like a Ninja Gaiden or something like that. But, you know, something single player that's really, really high fidelity, have her in that journal. And then that leads into the, you know, Gears E Day, which is what I'm here for, that Gears E Day. But shout out to Fun Speculation. That's it. Lord Cognito in the realm. Love these prediction shows. Always fun. Mav, you're the homie. Salute to everybody on the panel. Always the best type of year. Hopefully, seeing a bunch of y'all out in Cali. And again, thank y'all for all the love. Sorry, I apologize I could not be there. It's been a crazy week. I was here with Mama Cog just now, recovering and getting out of hospital. But I love all of y'all, and thank y'all for all the kind wishes, the prayers, all that healing energy helped my spirit during this difficult time. So I will catch up with y'all, and we got an Xbox showcase and a fan fest to get you ready for. Empress Asha time. Peace.
Right, his cogs just
Was he at
fucking,
MomoCon?
huh?
Did you say MomoCon? What did you say there? He was at some convention. I dismiss it.
Momo? I don't know.
Yeah, that's an Atlanta convention.
Maybe.
That's why I was like, oh wow, he's down here.
Shout out to
Okay.
Cog. He's just absolutely awesome. Like he
man.
energy that he puts in, just sending a video, you know, is like still like comes across the same way as if he's like live, bro. So shout out to you, Cog. Thank you for sending that, bro. And hey, awesome predictions. And leave it to Lord Cognito to have his shoot for the moon be Bungie returning to Microsoft. Right? Like with everything going on right now, and the recent announcement that, you know, Destiny 3 is not in development, the end of support for Destiny 2, for him to come out and like, man, we got to start putting out the energy for Bungie to get the hell out of there, right? And salvage what we can, dude. Because, you know, he wants Destiny 3. I mean, shoot. I think most gamers want Destiny 3 that were Destiny. I mean, Bungie fans or Destiny fans or shooter fans. You know, that was one of the Destiny 2 was one of the biggest games for an entire generation. You know, and to kind of have it just fizzle out like it did, and not have the support that it should be getting going forward. the marathon, and them saying like, and them supposedly putting full force into marathon trying to recover it instead of starting something else, and then it's coming out like maybe it's because PlayStation can't is afraid of the cost of developing Destiny 3. Yeah, if I was Cog, I'd want to get them the hell out of there too. You know, they're at least free from Pete Parsons now, so wherever they go, they have a better chance, I think. You know, so man, hopefully,
He has to sell some of those cars.
yeah. But I said this on Twitter. I think like we need to hire Nicolas Cage. You know, pull a gun in 60 seconds, go and steal Pete Parsons' car collection, and then like sell it off and divvy up the funds to everybody that got screwed over at Bungie.
That should make up all the funds.
Yeah, probably
they should have like a Forza Horizon 6 should have a Pete Parsons car pack.
Yeah.
All the funds go to Bungie. Yeah.
Imagine that. Imagine they released a Pete Parsons car pack and it did so well that they used the funds from the Pete Parsons car pack to go and actually acquire Bungie.
All funds from this DLC car pack go to.
Yeah, it just like went so bonkers, you know, that they were able to afford to buy Bungie because of the Pete Parsons car pack.
We're just trying to help Cog get his dream.
Yeah. So I'll dive into some of my predictions now. And just so everybody knows, I don't prepare for this whatsoever. I never have. Like, I am not a preparer in any kind of way. I'm a wing it kind of person. And so when this prediction show happens, my wheels are spinning the whole time as everybody else is talking. And so I like to kind of go off the beaten path a little bit and try and predict some things that would be a little bit more off, like not necessarily like unrealistic, but it's kind of like more specific, I guess I would say. And like the problem is all mine end up being kind of shoot for the moon things, you know? So I'm going to try and keep it grounded with my first two. And I'm going to say my first one is going to be State of Decay 3 is shown and gets a release date for early 2027. I'm going to be specific, and I'm going to say February of 2027. I don't know why, but I think it's also going to launch in game preview. They might announce a for this winter a limited time beta type situation, right? Take it away, that's like freaking Game Pass for everybody, you know, and then take it away and then release the game in February, like in game preview. And the reason I think they're going to do game preview is because every State of Decay that comes out is wonky as hell. And even though this one's been in development way longer than the other ones took, there's still Undead Labs, and they're going to keep working on this thing, getting it better and better as the years go. But when it comes out, it's going to be buggy. It's going to be all this. And I think just launching it in that, with that tag on it, is going to allow for more forgiveness and stuff among the community, as opposed to judge it like, hey, this is Undead Labs under Microsoft now. They can't have bugs in their games, you know, they can't have this and they can't have that. I think State of Decay 3 is going to become a monster game. It'll be a huge thing, but I think it launches in that state, and I don't know if they're gonna necessarily announce that part of it, you know, but I think that they will have some kind of release date for State of Decay 3 early for next year. Brett Bingham said he already said State of Decay 3 was going to release it. Well, I was going to get you in here in a little while, Brett, as well, dude. So give some predictions. So we got that one. I'm going to throw kind of a bonkers one in there a little bit. Now, this is not shoot for the moon necessarily, but I think it is a little bit of a reach. I think that Xbox has done marketing with EA on specific games quite a bit. I know that this game first showed up at the Keeleys when it was revealed. But I'm going to make a prediction that because this is the 25th anniversary of Xbox and this franchise also had a very strong history with Xbox, I think we see the first official trailer for Mass Effect 4.
Not bad. Not bad.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Now we saw the tease thing
Inspiring,
at the Keeley thing. I think we're gonna actually see Mass Effect return. They've been working on it, right? Like they've been working on this thing. The last tease we saw for it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Dragon Age Veilguard came out. You know, I don't know how well it sold. I don't know if it met their expectations or not. I know there was a lot of controversy around the launch of it because of some of the stuff in the game that some people didn't like or whatever. You know, but overall, I don't think it was like a massive failure for them. I think that Mass Effect, they've been all in on that, trying to get it brought back because of the value of that IP. And I think this would be the right place to show it. So if I was to pick a third party like game to like just be a huge shocker to show up, I think Mass Effect 4 would be absolutely insane to show up. And I think it would cause a lot of excitement, especially if it's presented and shown in the right way. So that's kind of like, I mean, that is a shoot for the moon, but it's not, because I'm going to go even crazier on the shoot for the moon. Now, Cog said this was not going to happen. I don't care. Sorry. I think Magg also alluded to the fact that this wasn't going to happen at some point. That's okay. I don't care. I saw you shaking your head when Cog was talking about this too, when he was up there.
It's okay. Shoot for the moon, buddy.
I don't care. What is it? This is what I want to happen. Okay. This is what I want to happen. So the show, I'm going to lay out the show for you first off. The show is going to be, hey, this celebrate the history of Xbox. This was the 25 years, like a short montage thing, kind of like celebrating history thing or whatever. We're going to have some new trailer show up for a new game. We're going to have Asha Sharma talk. And like, this is about the
camera too.
Oh yeah.
Camera. As he's talking like, oh, hi guys. Well,
yeah.
You know,
there's somebody on their GoPro walking by, like, you know, that's filming her, like, and she's gonna be like, but this is not about the past 25 years of Xbox. This is about the next 25 years of Xbox, right? And I think that's setting the stage that we're not only going to see the near future things, right? The sheer things, or even just the 2027 things. I think this will be the time where we actually do see some 2028, 2029 things as well. And I think what we're going to see is running on these next 3 games were captured on Project Helix, right? And then they're going to show 3 games of game trailers with some in-game shots. They're going to show Elder Scrolls 6, 2028. Blow the roof. Oh my God. The next 25 years is going to be fucking awesome. Who knows when it's actually going to come out, but it will be freaking awesome, right? Elder Scrolls 6, it looks amazing. My eyes are melting. Oh, my captured on Helix. Holy shit. Right? So we're going to have that happen, right? Then, this is completely off the wall. We're going to have, you thought this game was gone? Oh, it's back, but it's a Helix title now. Welcome back, Perfect Dark, everybody. Perfect Dark is back in action, and it's coming, and it's on the Helix now. And guess what? You know, we didn't ever say it was officially canceled. We just said it was put on pause. It was put on pause because we needed to wait for Helix to really fully accomplish what we wanted to accomplish with this title. That's how you sell it. Helix is there, captured on Helix. Let's go. New gameplay trailer updated that actually melts our brains. And then we have a monolith pop up out of the floor of the Project Helix console, and you have
Everybody's like, wait.
you have the Halo. You have a brief glimpse. You guys know Halo. Campaign Evolved is coming out. Blah blah blah, and you have this
And it's
the
scaled
little
down.
short trailer for that. But guess what? Not only that, but in 2028 or whatever the fuck they say, on this amazing machine, this majestic looking monolith iconic device that is the Project Helix, you will be playing the brand new Halo title. Halo Covenant is banishing the re-evolved, whatever the fuck they want to call it, into the flood of
Yes.
doom. I don't
Speak my
know.
language.
Whatever. Halo Infinite Plus. Halo Infinity. I don't know.
Halo Infinite Warfare.
Halo into the Nether. I don't know what they're gonna call it. Whatever it's called. They will have a Halo trailer as show up, and it'll be the most amazing, insane thing, and that will cap off the end of the show. Then we're out. Lights go dark.
I think Thor said it in Love and Thunder when he says, "You flick too hard, damn it."
I'll flick as hard as I want. That's how she likes it.
That was, they're shooting for the moon, and I think you shot for like the entire galaxy.
It just keeps going like, whoa.
Yeah, that was the wildest shit I ever heard, man. I was like,
why?
Is he? I wasn't even sure where you were going to go next with this. I was like, where's he going to go next?
Well, I mean, wouldn't that light your pants on fire if you were watching it?
I mean, are we going to have dry ice machines and smoke machines like going out on stage so that all misty and the thing comes out of the
And you know what? We're not only going to hear the chanting monks, we're actually going to have the fucking chanting monks on the stage.
Oh my God.
We're going to have monks. They're going to be real monks. They're not going to be some actors dressed as monks. They're going to get these motherfuckers from
They're
Thailand.
Go to Belgium and find, they're going to fly them in from Belgium.
Yeah, wherever they have an abundance of monks looking for extra work. They're going to go find. They're going to. They're going to go find them. We'll be like, hey, we got an opportunity for you. You want to go reveal a video game console and a video game by singing? And they're like, I don't sing. Well, I don't care. You're coming along for the ride. We'll train you up. They're going to be out there, and they're going to have
Can you imagine Mavs in head office at Microsoft, and then like you see them lean over, they go like, someone call security, please. Get him out of here.
Now, chat, tell me you wouldn't be excited if a show ended like that.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen that one before. I could see an Xbox, platform being raised, and Sharma's just chilling on top of it. It'd be cool to see The Rock. That would be cool.
You get The Rock and Snoop Dogg on stage together?
No, The Rock, he introduced Xbox initially, so it's kind of like a ode to the old.
Keep your eyes
peeled.
Like, hey. Keep your eyes peeled for 25th anniversary stuff in Seattle in November. But yeah.
There we go. There we go.
I'm not saying that's a fact. I'm just saying that would be your better bet. You may also see, like even Colt and I were talking about, you might even get a form factor of what the Helix looks like. But I mean, because not an actual functioning box. It's just like a 3D print or something, and just stick a couple of LED lights in it so it looks like it's lighting up. Because you remember when they first showed the Series X, it wasn't even into physical production yet. So what they did, which pissed me off, by the way, because when they showed it at first, when remember when Phil came out and he's like, and here's our Series X, and then like the inside glowed green, and I'm like, that is the greatest thing ever. And then when I got it, it was just paint. But like that's what they do, right? Like, they put an LED lights into a 3D printed, form, whatever, and then they just like whatever. So you might get that in November. I mean, why not? That would be your time to do it, right? And then The Rock. That would be a time.
What
for
about
the Rock
the Game Awards?
25 years later. No, they'll do it at their own show. They'll do it at their own show.
So like a 25th anniversary celebration show, like thing.
Yeah, what they're doing is, like how they're doing fan fests all over the world.
Yeah.
Like all the different cities. So they're doing it in 6 different cities. LA being the first one, and then they're doing the other ones. Like Toronto is, by the way, my hometown. They're having one. I'm going to try and get there. So what they're going to do is each month they're doing different ones, and then it's going to culminate after 6 months exactly. It lands right in November of 2026, which is the exact 25th anniversary. And that last one will be in Seattle. At their headquarters, right? So then that's where you'll get that's where you get it. They're not going to give it to the showcase. They will give stuff to the showcase, but they're going to save all that for themselves because that's going to be approximately 3 weeks before the Game Awards anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So Xbox will do their own thing, which they should. I mean, if you're going to do it on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like why dilute it with with another showcase or whatever else? But you'll still get trailers and stuff. I think that's where you'll see Elder Scrolls 6, maybe there, or maybe the Game Awards, but I don't think this summer.
So, Magg, are you confirming the monks and
the monks? Yes, the monks are being flown out. They're being flown out to LA right now. I will be actually meeting them at LAX myself on the Thursday morning. It'll be myself and 25 monks, and we're going to be all taking an Uber over to the hotels, so it'll be fantastic.
Well, I mean, if they can't get the real monks, Fuzzy, Magg, you guys could always substitute.
I mean, bald, drink beer. I mean, that's what monks did, right? And they wear hoodies, so I got all of that.
I mean, maybe do a
Speaking
little
of which,
yoga. Also, I don't know.
Let me show you guys something really cool for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I got a special edition Series X. It was the hoodie that they don't sell. So I'll go get it. I got to go to the bathroom anyway. So I'm going to go to the bathroom and go get it. And I'm going to bring it to LA because they say bring something cool to the showcase that's like Xbox related. And I'm like, I know it's going to be like hot as like literally hell on earth in LA in June, but I'm like, I'm bringing this hoodie. So speaking of which, give me a minute.
Yeah. If like Magg shows up in a monk outfit and that's the hoodie that he's talking about, I'll be dead.
Oh man. That was a great you took me through a journey, man. I could see you brought the setting. See, that's something I miss when I did mine. I was like, some Halo, some you brought the setting, like the lights are gonna dim, Asha Sharma will be there, and she's gonna be like this, and maybe the camera, have a little movement there. So yeah, I could see it happening. And I hope all your predictions come true.
Well, I mean, also, like, they showed, like, a glimpse, like, Asha was, like, filming or whatever, and they showed, like, there's a lot of green there as well. Like, on that stage, I don't know if you guys had seen that little shot, that camera shot. They're really rolling with this energy and to the return of the identity at this show. And I think that's going to come across in how they show things, too. So I think we might actually see, like, a little bit of a different presentation this year.
Do you think we'll see, this was one prediction I forgot about that I was gonna say, do you think we'll see like Death Stranding 2?
Could.
Or no?
I mean, could. Why not? The first one came out on everything. Yeah, like,
I was trying to think of the timeline.
Too, I think, right?
Well, yeah. I was trying to think of the timeline from the first one. The first one took a couple of years.
Yeah.
I think for it to come to Xbox. So yeah, I was just wondering. That could be one.
I have a question for Fuzz. I'm just trying to imagine them and like everything they've been doing with the community and stuff. Do you think we hear the word exclusive at all? Like, do you think at the showcase there is either some kind of word shown on screen at any point, or the word spoken by the voice, exclusive? Do you think they find a way to inject that back to create a reaction from people watching at home?
If E-Day winds up being that, I could see them using that. But I have a feeling they'll go with console premiere or something along those lines. So they'll introduce some sort of other phrase that specifies that it'll come to the Xbox console first, and who knows what the timing might look like. But exclusive E-Day would probably be that. Anything else, I don't know. It would be interesting, especially considering the player voice website and everything. We'll see if the word behind closed doors as far as like exclusives versus day ones. See what wins out. I'm still leaning towards day ones because I like how Game Pass Ultimate is set up right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Well, I think there's been this like creation in the community somewhat of there's like a this or that scenario, you know. I've been calling it like almost like that people are putting up Game Pass day and date as a sacrifice to Microsoft to try and get them to bring back exclusives. Like, hey, we're okay with this. Like, they're putting out the energy, where it's never come from them directly, unless it has through backdoor channels, and that's why people are asking the questions. And we don't know that. You know what I mean? But I do think that for me, I don't see any reason why they still can't do both. Like Forza Horizon 6, it's a unicorn kind of game, right? But it shows that it can sell like crazy. It can also be a good get for Game Pass subscribers. I would say that Oblivion remaster last year was kind of the same situation. Some games hit, some games don't. I think less games hit these days than they used to. Overall, it's just consumer habits are changing. And like if you look at the slideshow PDF presentation that Matthew Ball guy, who's now the CSO of Xbox, put together, I mean, there's actually less people playing games now because of other hobbies and stuff than there was a few years ago. So that's kind of alarming in that way, but people are just buying less games in general. So hobbies getting more expensive, all those kind of things. I'm always going to root for, more accessibility, lower prices, because I'm a consumer, right? And then when I flip the hat and I was like try and think like an Xbox executive, then I have different thoughts, because like it's like, okay, well, how do I make this 100% most competitive business, and what kind of energy do I need to bring for that? So there's two minds that we can all have when talking about this stuff, but I do think that for me, I think they can do both.
Yeah, especially when they have a premium upgrade for twice the price of what it was the
Right.
last go around. I think that will help kind of fill the pockets to some extent, but I don't know. I still blame the $10 increase in price on their slowdown. I mean, the economy definitely is probably a bigger factor, but I know from my buying habits, when games were 60, I'd buy them, pre-order them, not even think twice. It would probably sit on my backlog until it was free as a games with gold or a PS Plus freebie or something like that. But once they went to 70, it's like, okay, am I going to play this right off the rip, or is this one that I won't get around to until it's probably on sale for half off or something like that? So it definitely shifted my purchasing habits. Not that, I can, it doesn't cover for everyone, but yeah, they got to figure out something. I think a lower price on games, lower price on hardware. Although, given what memory costs, I don't know if that hardware one can ever be overcome until something gets figured out.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
Well, I mean, hardware is going to be an interesting thing going into next gen for sure. Like the pricing and all that stuff, the transition. I think everything's gonna be a little different, So, Mag, you alluded to this earlier, talking about the like riding the wave of positivity and staying consistent. Like you were talking about going into 2027 and stuff. Like this year, you were right. Like she's handed this on a silver platter. Like they got Forza Horizon 6, which is a phenomenon, even way surpassed what Forza Horizon 5 was, right?
Yeah.
So you go, Forza Horizon 6 is this monster. I saw last night there was a Japanese anime character that had like 30,000 concurrent viewers. That was like some mainstream VTube thing, streaming Forza Horizon. That was all in Japanese. I didn't understand, anything, but I was like, this is insane. Like she had more viewers at the time than Burnt Peanut did streaming 007, which is also doing really well. So I got to give a shout out to that, because that does give help for stealth as well, as it's just popular, Bond game, being Bond. But Forza Horizon has really become I think maybe even bigger than they thought it would be, right? So you're going into that, you're following it up with Halo, Gears, Fable. Going to be an insane year if they hit on all these.
They will. And Call of Duty as well.
Oh, 3-bit, you're coming through.
Yeah, I know. Something's echoing like crazy.
I'm muting him right now. There you go.
Okay, there we go. I'm not echoing anymore.
So 2027,
okay,
what games are for 2027? That's what I want to ask. I mean, because you were talking about the guy to stay consistent. I think it's going to be stacked for 2027 as well.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to because at that point, like I said, you're following up 26. You can't follow up 27 with a whimper because then you're going to go right back to where you were before. You get a little bit of progress, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We can't do that. You can't have that happen. So what you want to do is 27's got to hit just as hard. Now, the thing is, it's more of a challenge. And the reason why it's more of a challenge is because you don't have any flagship titles. All your flagship titles are happening now, right? So that's going to be a huge hurdle for them to say, okay, how do we hype these games up? You've got a game that no one's ever heard of before, like Clockwork Revolution. I know we've heard of it, but you know what I'm saying. It's not a proven IP, right? So it's a new IP. So that's already a challenge in itself. So they're really going to have to sell that game. State of Decay 3, it is State of Decay 1 and 2 were popular, but not like massive zeitgeist popular. It has an audience, and it has an audience that follows it and sticks with it. Like they have a cult following and whatever, but it's still not as big as you would want it to be. So they're going to have to sell the living hell out of State of Decay 3 as this is a monster AAA multiplayer zombie apocalypse banger, whatever. Everybody needs to play this and blah, 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 blah. So they're going to have to really sell that. Blade, well, you're going to have to ride high off the wave of Marvel. You've got a bunch of Marvel properties happening this year. For example, you've got Marvel Tokon on PlayStation. You've got Wolverine on PlayStation in the theaters. You've got Doomsday. You got Avengers Doomsday. So Marvel's got riding this wave. They're going to have to ride the Marvel wave as well. That's one thing that Sony can do better than anybody else is they jump on the pop culture thing and they just get in there and ride that. And so by doing so, that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to ride that wave of Marvel and follow that through and get, you know what I mean? And get people in there. Now, we all know that Deadpool Wolverine already dropped, 2 years ago now? So that's kind of already past its popularity. You know what I mean? It's already in streaming purgatory forever now and Disney Plus. So it's just kind of there, but like they're going to have to do that. So that's what so these are all things they have to do to sell 27. And I think that the starting point to sell 27 is going to be the showcase this summer. Start showing what you got for 27 because 26 is a lock. Right. And then 25th anniversary, go back in time and then go forward in time and start doing Mav, what you were saying about early access for State of Decay 3. What a perfect way to stay away from the from all the not only just the technical issues, but even just some of the criticisms that they would face. Right. They go, oh, look, they released this game and it's janky and it's this and it's that. But if you release it in early access for an extended period of time, there tends to be more room for forgiveness with that. We're like, well, they're working on it. It's a beta right now, or it's this or that. It's still in beta. You can continue to build off that, and you can use that as a bit of a shield. So I think that's a great idea. Now, in regards to anything else, I just kind of walked back in when you guys were talking about exclusivity and stuff like that. Gears of War is not exclusive, but it will not be coming out day one. They were having some timing issues on the optimization for the Series S. And as a result of that, they want to make sure that the Xbox versions are flawless before it releases because they're really proud of the title. And as a result, the PS5 version got pushed back. They will sell that as performative during the summer showcase next week. So it will be like you will play this here first on Xbox and PC, and everybody's going to go wild. Yes, some people will say, close out. It's not exclusive. It's just going to be very similar to Forza, but there's no date as to when PlayStation will do it. As for putting PlayStation logos or Nintendo logos or Steam, let's also not forget, folks, there's something I have to keep talking about. Steam is not Xbox. It is a third-party competitor that takes 30% of your profit. It is no different than PlayStation. It is no different than Nintendo. So we have to drop that idea that everything but PlayStation is considered exclusive. That's the most ridiculous notion I ever heard, because you've got it on 4 other storefronts except for one. You know what I mean? So anyway, the point is, the publishers, and I know this because I've spoken to some of the publishers at Xbox Game Studios, they say that they actually are not thrilled about an idea of not having logos at the end of the trailers that will show where it's going, because it affects their sales in the other. Now, that's not all the publishers that they own. It's just some of them. However, my thought is this, is that if you've got a show you paid for, you produced, and you're trying to promote your product, I think that Xbox should just say Xbox and Windows.
Yeah.
Because it's your show. Steam didn't pay to be there. Santa Claus from Valve there didn't put up the money to do it. PlayStation didn't put any money into it. Nintendo's not putting any money into it. Xbox or Microsoft and Xbox are putting the money into the show. Promote your brand. So just put Xbox, Windows, fuck Steam and everything else. They are a third-party competitor. And by the way, just so everybody knows, Steam is going for their throats in 27 because they're releasing a console. Do you think they're going to have an Xbox app on their console? No, it's a Steam machine. And then and then on top of that, let's just say for argument's sake, Helix has a Steam app on it. You just let your competitor in through the back door with a Trojan horse. It's the same deal. They're going after you too. So if you're doing an Xbox showcase, leave it a goddamn Xbox logo and Windows, and that's it. That's my thought on that. Now, speaking of which, let me show you this dope-ass hoodie I got. So this is the front of it. Check this out. It's a Project Scarlet when it's got the actual the actual serial numbers of the very first model ever made and all that stuff. That was pretty cool. And in the back, this is awesome. Look at this. Can you guys see it?
Yeah. Power your dreams, Xbox Series X.
There it is. That's a limited edition hoodie that I got from them.
Yeah, was that at an event? Or which event?
No, it was sent to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh
dude.
shit! I just knocked my on-air sign over. Yeah,
No,
so I can wear this
you're
when
off air
when I show up with the monks. Yeah, I'm off the
There
air
you
now.
go.
Yeah, my on-air sign was mine. So when I show up with the monks, I can wear this hoodie. So there you go. We all look the same. There it is.
Love it, man.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be so militant about Steam, but I mean, guys, seriously. Like, Steam is your competitor. Stop being friends with them. Gabe doesn't, Santa Claus doesn't care about you.
Yeah.
You think he was going to split, like if you have Steam and they're like, oh, we won't take 30% profit. I'll take 15, you take 15, Asha, and we'll all live happy. We'll skip down the street holding hands. He doesn't care. He's like, bitch, I'm taking my 30%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Santa Claus stands on business over there. He doesn't care.
It's interesting, like with the whole like exclusivity conversation, because my consumer mind doesn't care if games are on Steam or on PlayStation. I just want to play them on where I prefer to play, right? And for me, the best place is Xbox Anywhere, actually, because I get game on PC, I get it on my console, I get it on the ROG Ally, X. So like if it's Xbox Anywhere, that's like the best way to buy a game for me. Right. And if it's in Game Pass day and date, that's even better. You know what I mean? So like for me, like as a consumer, that's just what I care about. As long as things are there, that makes me happy, right? Now, I don't win if somebody else doesn't get to play a game. However, then if I like I said, if I flip my hat and I become less like, hey, consumer Mav, and I'm more, hey, I'm executive. I'm trying to figure out what's best for Microsoft, what's best for Xbox, right? Then I'm going to be a lot more fucking ruthless, because I don't give a fuck about Mav, like you were talking about earlier, like I don't, we're all money to them, So if I'm looking at all of us as just money, and I'm becoming ruthless, actually gaming exec, I'm being really freaking cold and calculated with my moves, and I'm doing a lot of stuff that, me as a consumer would probably be like, it does whatever.
That's why
you know what I mean.
Take care of yourself. Take care of yourselves. Take care of the community, and that's why, like I was saying, I'm not trying to promote the channel again, but I'm just saying, like what I do in the channel is that we talk about how we take care of each other. because they're not there for us. I've been on investor calls, a lot of investor calls, and I can tell you, they don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care what Twitter says. They don't care about polls. They don't care about what Magg says. They don't care about what Colt says. They don't care. It's money, dollars, and cents. And the thing is, yeah, you could care a little bit to be like, all right, we're concerned because we don't want to lose this customer base or whatever else, obviously. But the investors, the angel investors, the millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars they invest every year, whatever, that's what matters to them. And that's why we take care of each other. What Fuzzy was talking about a little earlier about like the $70 price tags, things like that. Look at this fall, for example. We got all these games coming out, and you have to look at that. The average consumer purchases now, the average consumer, we have to stop thinking about us. We, the hardcore, do not carry this industry. We may think we carry this industry. We do not. We're only 15%. The sheer numbers behind the casuals is what carries the industry, the 85% that don't listen to these shows, who don't care about what's going on. They don't even know what's going on. They're just there with their product, but they have the sheer numbers. Now, the thing is, it's interesting is that what Fuzzy was saying, back to a casual consumer, purchases an average of 2.7 games per year. Okay. There are 9 AAA games coming out between now and November. So now my question is, at that point, what is getting Titanfall 2'd? Because something's going to get Titanfall 2'd. Because how can you afford all this stuff? Unless you're a streamer, unless you got them on, you're getting what? You're only getting 3 more games on Game Pass. You're getting Fable for an Xbox player. You're getting Fable, you're getting Gears, and you're getting Halo. That's it. You're not getting Call of Duty anymore. You got to buy that. So you got to do that. And then in the future, well, we'll see how that works out. We'll talk about that another time. But you know what I mean? Like leading up to that, something's going to get Titanfall 2'd. So that's
if you had to
know.
do a marry kill situation, what would you Titanfall 2?
It'd be Titanfall 3, right?
I think. No, that's just outright not happening. Yeah, which is such a travesty in gaming, by the way. I can't believe we're not getting that. At least not yet. We will maybe in the future.
It's a shame.
We'll be in a retirement home by the time it gets out. Geez. What do I think? First of all, I think that in North America, if you're going to go multi-plat, North America, I think that Phantom Blade Zero is not going to hit very hard. I think that might be one of them. However, that game is going to do incredibly well in the Asian countries. I think it's going to do very well in China, South Korea, Japan. Very similar to Black Myth Wukong. Black Myth Wukong did okay here, but it sold 24 million copies. And I think like 18 million of them or 19 million were in China alone. It was in China alone. So like that is monstrous. And I think Phantom Blade Zero will do well there. North America, Western countries, I don't think it's going to do as hot. The only other one I could think of that may get, I don't even want to say it. I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it, brother.
Of the 5 games that you mentioned, you said, what was it?
The only one that's on the
Fable, Halo. I think you said something else, though.
See, are we going to count Halo? Because it's kind of a remake. I don't know.
I love it. I can't kill Halo.
No, dude, I'm there day one. I mean, I played Halo 1. I mean, I can't
it is a remake, so I guess if you had to kill one, that would be fair. It's already been remade.
I think Halo Campaign Evolved is actually going to do really well because I think not only just for Xbox and PC, but also I think the very similar to when PlayStation games first went to PC. I think it's the novelty of it. I think that people buying Halo at a cheaper price, by the way, buying them on PlayStation may be a novelty. I think it'll sell better than Gears Reloaded did. Yeah. The only one I think that might get Titanfall 2 might be Fable. Maybe bad placement. No, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's the only one I could logically.
I just made you choose one.
You know what I mean? Because I think Gears is going to be huge. Call of Duty, we know is going to be massive, and this year's going to be even bigger than I think people expect. Wolverine is going to sell incredibly well. Like I said, Phantom Blade Zero, I think, is going to be that outlier. But if you want to talk about those ones we talked about, I think Fable might make less out of all of those. And I don't want it to. I'm just saying it might.
Yeah. You have to pick one. I mean,
you're kind of painting me in a corner there to give you an answer. So
yeah.
Pick the game that 3-bit worked on.
No, that's fair.
All right, 3-bit.
It would be 3-bit's fault.
You painted me in a corner with that one. Now here's the thing. I got to ask you now. What do you think might get Titanfall 2'd? It sucks, doesn't it? It's not a great thing to answer.
I didn't think anyone would turn the answer back on me. I
It's
was
like-
like, oh, I'm safe. Oh,
You're
man,
asking
that's
basically
hard.
what game is going to get overshadowed just because of all the other releases and not
Because this
enough
is a
volume.
year.
Yeah.
Because when I think everyone's racing for GTA, get their games out before GTA is my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
It sucks.
Is this if it's personal? I can't get rid of Halo,
Yeah.
and it's hard for me to get rid of Fable because I worked on Fable. So it's like, what is? I gotta get rid of Gears. I'm sorry.
No way.
This is my personal.
Alvin in the chat,
I had to
said
do it.
the same thing. He says, I bet $100 Fable outsells Gears. Damn.
Well,
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. Well,
That's
yeah,
good,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
All right,
like,
that's
no,
fair.
I'm-
That's fair.
How much of a
No,
multiplayer suite is
Gears
Gears
is-
EA going to have?
Gears is
Like,
huge. I
that's-
don't know if I don't know.
The thing is, the
sorry, what-
campaign's got to hit hard, man.
Yeah.
Because if the campaign hits hard, people will stick around and play the multiplayer. The thing is, there were a lot of complaints on 4 and 5 because the story was not gripping people, and the games died pretty quick, unfortunately. But that's a fact. They died off pretty quick, and that sucks. And the other thing, you're not going to have it on PlayStation for multiplayer, so that's going to be a thing. So it's going to rely on Steam, Xbox, and PC, which I think it'll do fine. But I'm really, really interested to see. Now, the thing is, we also have to remember we're old. Okay. Fable has not been around since before my children were born. We have to remember that. My kids have no idea what the hell Fable is. My wife does. I do. We played all the Fables back in the day. We played it. My wife has hundreds of hours in the Fable series, right? Loves them to death. The thing is, now you're going to have to reintroduce it to a whole new generation of people who don't know what the hell Fable is. All right? Like I said, we're looking at it from a point of view of the fact that I've been gaming for 47 years. As disgusting as that sounds, I want to throw up on the floor. 47 years I've been gaming. Since 1979 is when I picked up Pong. Okay? And so from then until now. But the thing is, they don't know what the hell Fable is. I wasn't even married yet when the last Fable came out.
Dude,
So I was just like,
Gears will do
that-
better.
so,
but
if we have to
Gears
go.
has that, Gears also has that other aspect, like a lot of teenage boys and stuff. That's your demographic, right? Obviously there are a lot of women in gaming, but I'm saying you still have a majority of teenage boys are into gaming and, and prepubescent into teenagers into 20s. And of course, up to us in our 50s. The thing is that you got the blood, you got the guts, you got the guns, you got the chainsaws, you got the monsters. It appeals more. I could see my son and his friends all playing Gears. I can't see them playing Fable. I could see me playing Fable. I love, like I said, I love Fable. I love Hogwarts Legacy. I love those kind of fantasy worlds. When you look at Fable, it looks like I would say like the mid-generation Disney animation, like that sort of that fairy tale vibe, like a fairy tale come to life. When you open up one of them books to read to your kids, right? And you see like the way it all looks like it was painted, right? And you're like, wow, this is really cool. We're into that stuff. So I don't know. I think it might be a tougher sell, but anyway, it's going to be wild. I'm so excited to see which one is going to. Alvin, we're going to have a gentleman's bet on that one. All right. He said $100, but we'll just say gentleman's bet.
yeah, right on.
And same with you, 3-bit.
It's
with you.
interesting.
I guess-
It is.
Why don't we
interesting.
revisit this in December?
That'll be fun.
Let's do it.
It is interesting with Fable that, like, my daughter brought it up to me, right? And she doesn't like. I have the show and all this stuff, but she's not like glued in.
Fable?
She asked to after she saw stuff on TikTok after the Fable Direct. So she saw like trailers and people talking about it and stuff on YouTube and stuff like that showed up in her algorithm. Because she is
cool.
into like Baldur's Gate 3 and into kind of like fantasy-esque stuff that she'll look up and stuff. So this was approaching an audience of like that teenage girl, at least, like audience that was like into different kinds of things, because she doesn't get trailers for and stuff like that for a lot of games, but she's been genuinely excited for it after she saw that, and so she'll ask me about it occasionally now. So it is.
She didn't see the TikTok of me in the dress, did she? When I make fun of
That's what it was.
That
That's what it was. That exactly.
Did you ever see that? By the way, did you
I
ever
haven't.
see the TikTok of me?
No, I
Okay,
haven't.
so
seen that.
when they released it, you remember they showed the dude, but the dude was walking like a girl, like he was swaying his hips and all that shit.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
like-
Oh, I did see
And
that,
I'm doing-
Magg. Yeah, yeah.
So I dressed up as a girl. And
Yeah.
I said men and men and Fable, and then it was me in a dress. Of course,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
wife
yeah.
was furious. She's like, "What are you doing with my dress on?" But I'm like, "I got to do this, honey." So
It's
I had like a bow
all
and
in
arrow
the
on my back.
hips.
I had the dress on, and I was walking like, yeah. And I was like, "This is how the dudes walk in Fable." So yeah, I made fun of that. Hopefully, she didn't see that. She'll be scarred for life.
No.
So
she
you
didn't
may
see
need to pay for therapy. But anyways,
that.
That's what
That was
happened with
funny.
Helldivers, right? Like Helldivers had a big TikTok kind of a situation, and then people start. So we'll
they
see.
also backed it up with
That's
a
cool.
good game. You know,
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
thing is we could talk to her blue in the face. The responsibility of the developers at this point and the publishers is that not only do you get the public zeitgeist in there, but then you got to follow it up with quality. So that's the thing. So like if this game just hits hard, sticks the landing, then you got something. I mean, look at Forza. Look at Forza right now. Forza is just crushing. #1 Metacritic of 2026 so far, and they've had some pretty stiff competition with Capcom breathing down their neck with a couple of big games, 007 as well, and whatever, right? So Lego Batman, another one, and so they're doing incredibly well. But the game stuck the landing. Like I played the game, no bugs, no glitches. I did a stream last week, by the way, and only halfway through the stream, you know what I did? I told everybody, I'm like, by the way, guys, just so you know, I did this on purpose. I'm playing on a Series S. They were blown away. They thought I was playing on a PC or Series X. And like, what? And I'm like, yep. I said I wanted to see if anybody would notice anything. And they're like, no, it looks fantastic. And I did it as an experiment because I had both. So my first stream I did on Series X. The second one I went on the Series S and didn't tell anybody, and no one could tell the difference. That's the key to all that. You hit it with Fable with a great story, great graphics, great gameplay, no bugs, no glitches, whatever, and it comes out polished, you got a game. But Gears is already polished. I know that. They're done. They've been done the game for a long time. And they're just putting those what's the guy with the afro that paints? Bob Ross. All right, they're just doing that like, all right, we're just going
Putting
to
some
do
happy
tree
little
lighting.
trees every once in a
Yeah,
while.
just a
in
happy
there,
little.
some-
We're gonna do a happy little chainsaw cutting through the
Yeah.
face right there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're just gonna do that. You know what I mean? So like,
Just add a little bit of blood right here up in this corner here. It's just so easy. You just
fine.
gotta find the right reds and the right browns and mix them up a little together.
polishing the shit out of that game, and I'm telling you, that game is ready
Team's
now.
talented.
It is
That team's
ready
talented.
now.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying. So that's good. That's going to be one hell of an experience. I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Hey, Brett Bingham, welcome to the show, sir. How you doing?
Oh,
man?
that's who that pink square was. There's no face or anything.
Brett
just
the
y'all
Pink
can hear me?
Square Bingham.
Hey, Brett.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
Y'all can hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in real quick. You wanted to throw out some predictions, so we'll just have you hop in and give some Xbox predictions real quick.
Yeah, so it's funny. I mean, that's not what I was going to say. Is the State of Decay coming out in February 2027 was a prediction I had like a couple months ago, based on like when they had the alpha in the Discord server, which I think I'm actually in. I just have not touched it yet. There's too much going on.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah, I was thinking about all the possibilities of like everything that they could possibly do. There's a list. Things that I would like to see. It's interesting that the CSO, I believe, that came on board was
Matthew Ball. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the one about like resurrecting old IPs.
Mm-hmm.
I would really like to see like what those IPs are that he's thinking of resurrecting. But if I had to say what I'm most looking forward to, I mean, I really want to see something unannounced. I think we could see possibility of like an announcement for Indiana Jones 2. It depends on when. For me, it seems that it would depend on when they got the go-ahead, for making 3 games. Like, if it was right off the bat when they signed for the first deal, then I could see it showing up, in June.
Mm-hmm.
As, like, an announcement. Just because of, like, how easy it would be to, like, keep going. You're going to recycle some of those assets, too.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Quicker sequel.
But I really hope we see something related to that Infinity Ward space themed game that they were announced, or the StarCraft shooter game. that has been talked about. Don't know how long that's been in the cooker, but that would be really interesting to see. Those are the ones I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, StarCraft Ghost.
The thing that would make my day, though, or my week,
Yeah,
would be
this is your
if
shoot for the moon, right?
yeah. So I know it's been about 10 years, and I had to look back. It has been a long time, and I'm just gonna double check it real quick before I say it. But my moonshot is, well, it'd be 10 years next year, but would be Halo Wars 3 now.
Oh, forgot all
Okay.
about that franchise.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah,
Not bad.
and we have not heard from World's Edge since, like, they were helping Nitric Oxide Games rather with Ara History Untold, I believe, and doing the Age of Mythology game. So I'm really curious to know, like, what else they've been working on in the time that they've been silent.
Halo universe does need to expand. We need to have more games that are Halo. We can't put all our eggs into this one like game every 5 or 6 years. Let's more Halo.
They have 4 projects in development right now.
I was going to say, I've been wanting a project where you play as the Arbiter, as like more of a Splinter Cell or like, you know, kind of Spec Ops kind of type game. I think that would be a very good interest. I mean, they have great characters. They just refuse to iterate on them other than, you know, Master Chief. It's like, they'll give you Noble Six and everything, but like, if you've read the books, you kind of know how things end for like other characters in the universe in certain ways, but why there won't be an ODST 2, sorry, but you're not going to play the rookie again.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, I think I just saw that one of the Halo 3 creators just said something online about like how they're not they should explore the Halo 2 and 3 era or Halo Reach era of like the storyline, because they said they thought there was a lot of missed opportunities there. And I think he's 100% correct.
Yeah, I mean, maybe with some of the fallout of Bungie, they can like find some vets within there and kind of bolster Halo Studios a little bit more too for some of these projects. You know, certain Affinity is still out there as well, and you know they've always been a company that works on a lot of Halo stuff, and they were working on some battle royale type thing for a long time, and so maybe that got canned or transitioned into something else. There's been a lot of speculation about whatever happened with that, but that was something that existed at one point. Then they're also doing that Buena Suerte game, this like Monster Hunter kind of thing that was supposed to exist, and nobody knows exactly what took place with that game. So, but yeah, like you
Project Sorte.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is about certain Affinity's projects is that I heard like Jez list them. And the irony is that they're both listed as restaurants here in Austin, where I'm at. So they're named after 2 restaurants here in Austin, Loro and Suerte. So I kind of put that connection together when I had heard those. I was like, okay.
And they're based in Austin, I think, right?
Yes, they are in, I believe, Central or North Austin.
Probably a Tex-Mex restaurant, I would assume.
Yes. Yeah.
So, like Halo, they got, let's say they got 4 projects in the works, like you said, Mag, which they did announce they had multiple projects in the works before, right?
They have 4 specifically, yes. So they're working on the remakes for Halo 2, 3. That was I know that there's a guy out there, Rebs Gaming, who's basically does a lot of just Halo stuff. But the funny thing is, Colt and I had actually announced what he announced a year before about Halo 2 and 3 being already in early production for remakes. So that's not some kind of flex. I was just saying we just knew about it a long time. They're also working on a mainline Halo game and an offshoot game similar in style to ODST and Reach. So it will not feature Master Chief. That's another game that they're working on. But there is another Master Chief game. But the thing is, at least I haven't been able to squeeze anybody for information. However, I may consider doing the Denzel Washington media nerve pinch on one of them when I get to LA, just for what do they call that? Pain compliance. And I just like hold them and be like, what's the next game? Is it a sequel to Infinite or is it something new? And then I'll press the finger. I go, that's a 3. You don't want me to go to 4. Anyways, the thing is, that's what I'm thinking. It may, we may do that. So anyway, the point is that there will be another mainline game, an offshoot game similar to Reach and ODST, not featuring Chief, and 2 remasters. Well, excuse me, remakes, not remasters.
Yeah.
And that's so far. That's a lot to chew on, though, dude.
I wonder if 2 and 3 would have multiplayer components to them.
No, very similar to what they're doing now. They're just
Right.
they're holding off on that, and the multiplayer components will be done elsewhere with a new mainline game, and then of course with maybe some I don't know. We'll see what the offshoot does as well. But the remakes are going to stick with what they're doing with the campaign, and that's all there is to it. Very similar to Gears Reloaded, very similar to Campaign Evolved. It'll be the same deal.
Not even that
I know there was a lot
I
of
don't
people about.
understand.
I know there was a lot of people about complaining of like, oh, it's a bit like, Halo Studios isn't touching a lot of the remake. And it's like, that's typical in game industry. I mean, with certain remakes and remasters, a lot of work is outsourced. So it's not a surprise to us or like people within the industry or have been in the industry that that's kind of a thing.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
they'll
interesting
still
that they
have
didn't
their
announce
production
it.
and their creative leads on it, but they
Yeah.
won't have a lot of internal hands-on.
One thing that was interesting with that is that they didn't announce, like when they did the original Halo remake, like there was like Saber Interactive is working on, you know what I mean? They prop up the other studios that are helping along the way. Like with this one, when they announced it, there was like Halo Studios, you know what I mean? And I think part of it's probably because they're trying to establish the new name of this studio with a quality project title, and they have multiple things in the works. So they wanted to kind of like, hey, we are behind this, it's not just all of, it's not just completely outsourced, you know what I mean? So,
Well, I was going to say, I think Abstraction also has like some former Halo devs from like Halo 3 in it as well. So
yeah,
I think there are veterans there already. So I think it's in good hands.
cool, man. Right on, dude. Well, I love your predictions, man. More Halo is always good, so I will take that as a shoot for the moon any day of the
Always go
week.
for more.
I
Can
have
someone
one.
confirm to me whether the new this Halo campaign evolved? How many players can you play in the campaign? Because I've heard multiple reports that they're saying, "Oh, it's 2 or 3 or 4." Like, does anybody know how many? Like, is it 4-player co-op, 3-player co-op?
They better make it 4. That's all.
Okay,
I'm
all
saying.
right.
Yeah.
Because I haven't heard confirmation, and I can't get anybody. I can't get any info from that studio, so they're not
if
talking.
they- if
Unreal's kind of
struggle with
synonymous with having struggles with like big open world co-op, things.
I have one last question,
If they
Mav.
don't do 4, it's gonna be some backlash.
Yeah.
True, very true. Mav, I got a question.
Yeah.
This is just a thought. I know people talk about Killer Instinct 2. If there was one character that you would add to Killer Instinct 2, who would it be? Because I was thinking about this earlier, and I have one.
Dragonborn.
Anybody else have one? Because I think
Like from any
just
genre,
because I
like-
want to see it.
yeah, from any IP that's like that Microsoft has.
Oh, from
the
Microsoft.
Microsoft.
Okay.
I have one. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Can I
it.
do 2?
All right, go.
I was gonna say the Queen of Blades, Kerrigan from StarCraft. I think would
Jesus,
be a really badass one.
That's a
That'd be
one.
good.
I want to see the character from Jade Empire. I know that's more Bioware, but that'd be kind of cool. And then Steve,
General
because I think
Rom?
it'll look ridiculous. General Rom. Oh, that would
General
be sick.
Rom from the earlier Gears. I mean, that'd be pretty dope. I mean, it'd be kind of OP, but you shave down his powers a bit, kind of like Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat. You could just shave it down a bit and then
There was
have him as a playable. I would do that.
There was a Locust in Killer Instinct. Like, is it General Rom that's in there now?
No, well,
Oh, was he already in there?
Yeah, he was
Arbiter
already
was-
in the
yeah.
original. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, Rom was
I
too?
don't remember that.
Yeah. I had a hilarious thought
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
putting Indiana Jones in there and like having Arbiter with the energy sword and just like recreating this scene with the revolver.
Just have Indiana Jones in there, and his only move is after you're like getting ready for the battle, he pulls out the gun and shoots you with the one shot, just like Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's it. Bang! And then he just walks away. That's it. Game over. Done.
That would be
See, I always thought
amazing.
Dragonborn. I know it's like a created we all create our own Dragonborn, but like just the generic one that they would show in like advertising of like the helmet, with like the
Cover.
horns, and then you got the big sword. Like it would just be kind of sick. But you could have like dragon powers come out there with like shouts and stuff. But I will throw, because you did make me think of this when you gave yours, Brett. I will say another one would be Lilith. Would be really cool.
Yeah, they're very much in the same vein, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I
that'd
want
be
to
good.
see Steve from Minecraft because I think that would be really funny.
I would like Microsoft to kind of cross over with their IP a lot more. I've always wanted a horde style game with, like all the StarCraft IP, Halo IP together. Yeah, I think
What would be perfect that they haven't used? Conquer.
Yeah.
Yes, have him throw like toilet paper and stuff at people, and
I mean, he uses guns and
That'd be
stuff,
awesome.
so it's like just go out there with Conquer.
Could throw nuts at people.
Yeah.
yeah, I was just speaking of that
Acorns.
one level where you throw toilet paper at that poop monster. That game is unhinged. I was looking at it. It's crazy. That's good though.
All right.
Mav, I'm gonna have to bounce out,
Yeah,
brother. I gotta
yeah.
go take care of the kiddos.
Cool, man.
I was saying I'll be here for 2 hours. I'm almost here for 3. It was unbelievable. That was
Yeah,
wild. I just
dude.
looked at the clock and I'm like, oh, well, we're having a good time. We're having fun here. But
Yeah, we're about to wrap
Anyways,
it up
boys.
too. So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Magg. Well, we can go do your outro, bro. I want to say super appreciate you for being here, man. It was awesome.
Yeah,
You were
man.
hanging out the whole time.
It's a pleasure.
Got to have you on again sometime when it's not as
Can
crazy
we not
of a
wait
show.
4 years?
Yeah, that would probably be
Can we
good.
not wait 4 years?
Yeah.
And like, I don't want to be like, all right, everybody, see you in 2031 when I'm back with Mav on the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it a little sooner. But absolutely, man. Thanks for having me on. And chat, you guys were wonderful as always. And shout out to the maggots who came by to support the channel as well. As I always say, whenever we see Mav in my chat, I go sub to his channel, folks. Help him out. Yeah, I'm about 100 away. It's my first year of YouTube. I'm about 100 subs away from 4,000. So I was super happy about that in the first year. So really great, and a lot of great responses. So thank you guys all for all of that and all the support. Tomorrow night, of course, Magcast every Tuesday, 8:45 p.m. Eastern, and you never know what's going to happen, folks. We have a 2-hour show, 2.5-hour show, and then I have 3-hour community talk where we talk about whatever the hell you want. It's wild. We talk video games, movies, comic books, men's mental health. We crack open beers and just shoot the breeze for 6 hours. It's wild. Anyways, but either way, we do that. Tomorrow night, Friday Night Live. Every Friday night, we do live streaming of games. Sometimes I do bonus streams during the week and videos, but Friday night is consistent. The last couple of ones, the last week I did 2 Forza Horizon 6 community nights where we got all the Xbox and PC guys together and we just filled the convoy and just had fun. And the response has been incredible, man. Had like 2,000 people come out to the first one. It was absolutely incredible, and the second one even better. So yeah, awesome. So listen, look out for that tomorrow. I'm gonna leave it up to a vote: Lego Batman or another Forza Horizon 6 community night tomorrow night for Friday Night Live. So you guys choose. I'll put up the poll in the morning, and then we'll do that. So anyways, thank you guys, and to you two, I will see you guys in LA. So it'll be a week tonight, boys. It's Thursday night. It'll be a week tonight. We'll be hanging out and we'll be breaking bread together. So I really look forward to that. 3-Bit and Fuzzy. And of course, Brett, I can't see your face, but I can see your icon. Nice to see you, brother. So anyways, y'all have a good night. We'll see you guys next week. All right?
Yeah. Later, Magg.
All right.
Have a good one, man. Appreciate
Later.
Later, Magg.
Good night, guys. Good night.
Night.
Well, everybody, that was the Magg. Make sure you go check out his channel. And absolutely awesome seeing him have his own channel that's been growing and doing amazing. Also check out X and C podcast over there on Colt Eastwood's channel, where they are an awesome combo. I check out their show whenever I can as well. So appreciate any of the maggots who stopped by in the chat as well to support Magg. Appreciate you guys checking us out. If you do like the channel, hey, remember to like, share, notification bell, sub, all that kind of cool stuff. And we got shows every week. We'll be doing co-streams next week. So I don't know, Fuzzy, 3-Bit, like who all's going to be able to be here for the showcases, because we got the State of Play on the 2nd. We got Summer Game Fest on the 5th. And then to cap it off, we got the Xbox Showcase on the 7th. So We should be having some fun co-streaming those, and you'll see different people hop in from the community, and it should be a blast. And you're free to hop in as well, Brett, if you're free at any time too, man, to watch some of these co-streams with us. So, um, but speaking of Brett,
Appreciate that. Thank
you
you.
want to throw out your Twitter or something where people can go follow you, check you out?
I was gonna say I'm gonna change my YouTube account back to the name. I've been playing pranks on Oh No It's Alex recently. But if you like, you can follow me on the app formerly known as Twitter at BrettBob50. But I'll probably just hang around here in the chat most of the time during streams. So.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on here and hopping out your predictions. And I'll super support a Halo Wars 3 prediction at any time. Need that in my life.
Yeah.
So, thanks
Same.
for popping in, bro.
No problem. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too, bro. Fuzzy Belvedere always here with his rambles and rants, and also much obliged to give lots of other podcasts his rambles and rants. So, Fuzzy Belvedere, where can people find him?
As always, love doing this podcast every Thursday with you. And man, awesome seeing you 3-bit. Glad we had Addict on here earlier and Magg on here, as well as Plume. It was awesome just hearing everybody's thoughts on what we expect to see at the showcase. Can't wait. It's it's like Christmas Eve right around the corner, so looking forward to that. But for anybody that wants to hear my rambles and rants, just do a search for Fuzzy Belvedere on social media. You'll be able to find me. And then tomorrow we got Fright Night with Ferocious Fee. We're going to be reviewing a movie called Doomsday. Imagine Mad Max meets I don't know, kind of like Outbreak kind of thing. So it's a bit of a strange one. So it should be a good time. And also got Breakfast with Boom, 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow as well. So definitely check that out. We'll be talking about Asha and a lot of other things that are building up towards the showcase. But as always, take care of that backlog, have fun, play some games, and look forward to the showcase next Sunday.
Right on,
Or
man.
2 Sundays from now, I should say.
Yeah, it'll be cool. Seeing all the photos and stuff, of you out there. I think Mag thought you were going to 3-bit.
I was like,
Hey, cool.
I guess I'm going.
Right on. I forget who else was here earlier that was going. I think that's what he's getting confused. Addict was going. Yeah. And by the way, shout out to shout out to Addict, shout out to Plume, shout out to Cog. All the people that stopped through, gave some predictions, and Brett for hopping in there. Mag was an awesome guest as well. So everybody that came through, super appreciate it. And for those that weren't able to come through, no worries on that. I know that we're all freaking busy too. So 3-bit, absolutely awesome to have you here back in action. Hopefully we see Pixelated Echoes return at some point, because the chat has been saying that. Oh, and before I forget, because holy shit, I forgot. You just reminded me, because we got a $2 super chat earlier from Game Shark. Super appreciate the $2 super chat. It said, just wanted to ask how Pong is doing. Missed the guy. I don't know if you caught earlier, but Pong is doing good. He's might be here next week. He's probably going to be here for the showcase co-stream. So come and check that out if you want to see Pong again. And thanks for that super chat. Game Shark, you rock, bro. Sorry about that 3-bit. I wanted to remember to do that before we ended the show. Yeah, thanks for being here. It's good to have you back. Pixelated Echoes. You got to get your setup situated.
Returning. I listen. A lot of things obviously happening in my life. A lot of good things, moving and all the things. I'm thinking mid-June is when I'll be good to do Pixelated Echoes again. Directing a show is no joke. Getting that started, I've been talking with I'll say I've been talking with like the Netflixes, the Primes, all these big partners, and there are if you like animated cartoons, go check out my the trailer for my show Bad Heroes. It is a adult comedy, and that has been taking up a lot of my time, more than I anticipated, and it's really picking up. So and then I moved. So this is not my setup. I'm gonna have my cat sleeping next to me and stuff, but
That's just fuzzy energy.
like mid-June. Yeah, I got like a cat
Oh,
in the
well,
background doing stuff.
Colt
But
just
no,
put in the
I'll say mid-June.
chat that he might actually hop in here real quick. So we might hang on to get Colt's predictions right before we head out as
Funny.
well.
Me in Colt, we had a prediction for which show was that? This was years ago. We were predicting a show, so it's almost like a flashback if he jumps in. But I expect mid-June. I'm gonna talk to Fuzzy too. We could figure it out. Um, but yeah, honestly, I just been really busy. It's on my brain and everything. Um, I really want to bring it back. My life has
Yeah,
been so busy lately.
I
So
get
I'm
it,
going
dude.
to France also. Like this is things happening. I'm going to be a panelist uh at
Oh,
Cannes Lion. So there's things happening in my life. So once I get back from all this, PXE will return. I promise you guys.
it's basically
So
3-bit saying
yes,
his life is so crazy and busy, and like he's just all these awesome things are happening to him. So it'll happen when it happens. Everybody, chill out.
yes,
Basically, is what
yes.
he's getting at. No,
Yes.
that's
It got
awesome, dude.
delayed. It had the red ring of death for a little bit, but it'll return.
Well, while we give Colt some time to scarf down his dinner, because he's don't choke on a pork chop, Colt. It's okay. I can like chill out for a little bit, and we can just talk and hang out with the chat and stuff like that until you get in here. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and start asking some more questions here, just if you guys got time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuzzy.
Wait,
Oh
you're
yeah,
for. Sorry, I wanted to know what
yeah,
your
yeah.
guys' games that you're gonna eliminate. Uh,
Well, he
because
didn't
I
ask.
got
He wasn't
Magg.
saying eliminate. He was saying which
I
game
know,
was going to
but
get
I
overshadowed, right? Okay.
yes, but I'm phrasing it as like a kill. Like if you have to kill one from the what was it? It was Fable, which I can't kill. Halo,
Gears, Halo,
Gears. Was that it?
Fable, Gears, Halo,
Halo.
and I don't. I
I
think
felt
that
like there
was.
was another one.
You're on mute, Fuzzy.
There was also COD and GTA, and then possibly Capcom's title was it Onimusha, I think.
Well, let's make it simple. You got 4 games to kill. It's Halo, it's Gears, it's Fable. And that's it because I can't think of others for right now. That's what I'll do. You have to kill one of those.
For me, I'm gonna say Halo, and I know that's gonna get some side eye, but
All right, bye, Fuzzy.
it's
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man.
no,
Okay.
only because it's a remake.
Mhm.
If it was a new iteration, it would be a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah, E-Day is going to be huge. Like I foresee at a minimum 3 million sales between console or between Xbox and PC. And then the same thing almost with Fable, roughly around 2 million within its like opening month kind of thing. It stands a chance they'll have quite a few more players because of the way Game Pass is, but they'll do at least those types of numbers on those two titles. I because or Master Chief Collection exists, I don't know if Campaign Evolved does 1 million. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. but I don't know. I don't see it doing as well in comparison to the other two.
That is fair. I actually don't understand if they're doing a remake of Halo 2 and 3. I'm like, it's just it still feels kind of new. Like I feel like it doesn't need
Yeah.
it, but I digress. All right, Mav, kill one.
I'm not killing one. Like I like if I was to guess like which one is going to get the least amount of sales out of out of all those games this holiday season, because it's going to be absolutely jam packed. I don't know, like this is a very impossible question to answer, because every time I start thinking about one, something in my
Yeah.
brain feel like, but what if this happens? Because I could say Fable like Magg did, right? But then I'd start thinking about, games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 that caught fire. You know what I mean? Games like that. And if it catches into the certain crowd and this becomes popular for, like, let's say streaming, or let's say it becomes popular for just like people talking about how awesome it is, like all these other kind of things, you could see Fable blow up to be bigger than any of them.
Yeah.
And it's very possible. I would say it just, if I had to like put them in a vacuum and let's say take all the outside possibilities out of it, I would say most likely just going into it, I would say Fable would probably get the least amount of attention. But I think it's also has the chance, if things happen right, to get the most attention, right? Like Halo's we already know what Halo is. Halo is a massive IP, right? Every time anything Halo comes out, it's a massive deal. Halo Infinite came out. It did bonkers at launch. People call it a failure, but it sold like crazy, and it was in Game Pass, so like they did massive numbers on Halo Infinite, and then it kind of died off with the concurrent player count as content failed to live up to the demands of the community as far as cadence and all that kind of stuff, right? But I look at Gears, and I have questions over how fully blown out the multiplayer suite is, right? Because we haven't seen anything of that yet. And I do think, I know that the story is crazy important with Gears, but I do think for the core hardcore Gears community, multiplayer is like just as important almost as a single player. And I can't make a decision on Gears until I see that, you know, because
Because only Microsoft has these problems, you know? Like when you really think about Sony IP, it's just a single player, but Xbox is known for both their single player
yeah.
games and their multiplayer. It's like they kind of paint themselves in this interesting corner.
So I guess like with the question of like which one might sell the list, I'll just say Fable, but I will say that it has the chance for the biggest also. Like it really could catch on like wildfire. Like um Halo's gonna sell. It's gonna be on everything right away. This will be the first Halo on PlayStation. This will be also, I think people are under appreciating how much of a remake this is. I see people keep trying to put some negative like Halo stuff out there because of like workplace stuff, or like, oh, this how much of a Halo Studios project. I don't care who actually developed it as long as it's awesome. Like I keep seeing that stuff, but like going back, I've been working on some stuff for the channel that I'm looking to reveal hopefully next Thursday. But I've been looking at some of this footage of the Halo campaign remake, and like, man, it looks really good graphic wise and stuff like that. This is not just a coat of paint. This is going to be something that really stands out, I think, graphically as kind of like a showpiece type thing as well. That I think the PC crowd, I think, is going to really embrace this game. As far as a story-based shooter that is retelling something that we all love in a completely new way. And I think that co-op is going to add the element to it, as well. So I wish it had some multiplayer added in, just like at least like a firefight or some kind of thing like that, but because I want to see it and feel it in Unreal for the first time.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. In Unreal 6, have you guys heard a lot about Unreal 6 and what they're doing with it?
Man, Unreal fucking 6, dude. Why are we already talking Rocket League? I mean, seriously, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I know
It's like
you're,
they want
insane.
Forza cars in Rocket League. What's wrong with that?
I know your developer
Man.
brain and stuff is like, ooh, Unreal 6 3-bit, but like, I see this shit,
No, it's just
like, but they haven't even
it's just
figured out how to
insane.
optimize Unreal 5 for 90% of the studios yet. We've dealt
I know.
it was
I know.
supposed to be this. Unreal 5 was supposed to be like, oh my god, you've never seen it? Nanite is going to make everything so amazing. Oh, we can have this, and we have this, all these tools that are just going to make gaming, hey, it's going to make it to where you can have amazing textures and detail, but use less resources, man. And then those games are all coming out fucking running like 28 frames per second and shit. You couldn't fucking go 20 feet from each other in an open world without fucking being tethered. Like all this crazy Gotham Knights could like all
Colt
these
was in there
things.
before the show with him.
All these things like were happening, and I'm like, where's this fucking magic of Unreal 5? And then finally we got optimized games coming in Unreal 5 like later this generation. And now they're on to Unreal 6. Let's embrace being actually decent with this shit for once. Let's just embrace being decent with Unreal 5 for at least a couple fucking years.
Colt joined before the show. He was in there for a second.
Yeah, I was just in the middle of a rant. Come back in, and I'm going to pull you into the show, bro. Sorry. I was in the middle of a rant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull you in when you go into that other one that you were just in. So just click on the invite again.
It's understandable, Mav, and I agree. Unreal 6 is just interesting because what they're trying to do with it might eventually change how people. I don't know. They're trying to connect. Like let's say you play The Witcher 4. And you're like, oh, this is great, and you buy a skin on Witcher 4 for you buy new chainmail armor or something like that. Like, okay, dope. But most people are on Fortnite, so you buy the skin on Witcher, and then when you play Fortnite, your skin is there. They're basically trying to interconnect things through their engine that you'll be able to play something on one game and it connects to another game because they're using the same engine, which could be interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, they I agree with you in terms of Unreal Engine.
Oh, and they're gonna
It's-
reveal it
to
with
me, it
fucking
feels like the
Rocket
PS5.
League? With fucking Rocket League? I mean, why haven't they upgraded that to 4 or 5 in all of these years? Oh, we're gonna wait to 6 to upgrade Rocket League? Oh wow, this is the game. Fuck that shit. I don't want to hear anything about Unreal Engine
Colt
6.
loves Rocket League.
That's
he loves it.
fine. That's Rocket League is great, but what? Like, I don't want to hear anything about Unreal Engine 6 for like 5 years, and then I'll
6
be
years. Unreal 6.
There you go.
Yeah,
I'll be fine with that.
There you go.
Colt Eastwood, dude, thanks for showing up, man. I didn't know you're working on your video and stuff, and if I've seen that you post screenshots on Twitter before of your edits that you do for your videos, and I say I will never do that. I don't care how awesome it is and how like high quality it would be. I don't have the mental capacity and patience to be able to sit there and do what you do. So props to you for putting out the videos that you do, man.
Yeah, I had to I have to re-upload it. I found a mistake that I wanted to fix. So yeah, I was I've got some quotes on screen, and the very first one has the wrong quote while I'm reading a quote, and I'm like, yep, let's redo it. So yeah, it's been a crazy week. We're like I don't know, 7 days from going to Los Angeles, and it also coincides with the biggest work event that I have, and everyone is like bearing down on all this stuff that needs to be done, and it's just been I just want to relax and I want to go on this trip and I want to enjoy Summer Games Fest and the showcase, and life has not allowed that to happen. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been crazy.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's good to be
So-
busy though. You know what I mean? Like it's like you have all this stuff happening at once. It's crazy. Time flies by, and then you finally have that rest and relaxation period, and you're like, "Hey, that was pretty awesome. That was fun." So hopefully, all of this this showcase season, all that stuff, you get to hang out with Magg. You're gonna get to do all these cool stuff, man. So I love seeing all the people meeting each other and all that. It always kind of like makes me want to be there. You know, I need to do it at some point.
Yeah.
But it just hasn't ever worked out. So, but yeah, man. So we've had several people come through and lay down some predictions for this Xbox showcase. So thank you for gracing your presence. Now, what I'm gonna try and get from you is 2 like feasible, realistic, predictions that could happen at the Xbox showcase, and then like shoot for the moon Colt's dream scenario. What would just absolutely melt your brain, light your world on fire at Xbox showcase?
Okay. The first, the realistic prediction is kind of like melt my brain too. Trying to think of, I don't want to say this one right away. I want to see Xbox show a franchise that's been dormant, like actually have something in the works, something that they've had around as long as like Perfect Dark. I don't want Banjo. I don't want them to spend time and money on Banjo right now, but I want them to do something that replaces a AAA action adventure story-based game like Perfect Dark was supposed to be. So I'd like to see them announce something. I don't know if that's going to be from Activision or Bethesda or Xbox Studios. The other thing that is pretty realistic, and I said it last year and it didn't come true, but the one last thing really could be Elder Scrolls 6. And King Fanman and he's a really great content creator and he's got an inside track on everything Bethesda says. He really feels and believes personally that Elder Scrolls is ready sooner than most people think. All the naysayers and the negative Nancys like to say, oh, Elder Scrolls 6 is like 2028, 2029 or later because they're just used to negativity. But I would rather be optimistic and have, be told I have to wait longer. I would not be surprised if they have something ready to show either at Showcase or at their Bethesda event this summer. So,
Colt, do you remember the Bethesda leaks that came out that had the whole slate of their timeline? Now everything had been pushed back because of COVID and everything, by like a year and a half way back then, right? But if you go on just release cadence, things have still somewhat been in line with the cadence and distance between releases. And Elder Scrolls 6 was actually slated to release 3 years after Starfield. There was Starfield expansion.
2026?
Yeah, it was Starfield expansion 1, Starfield expansion 2, and then the year after that was Elder Scrolls 6. Now, granted,
bringing that graphic up right now.
We always remember that there is delays with all these big games from Bethesda, so I always took that as like it's probably an extra year even. Like
it says Elder Scrolls 6 is it says Elder Scrolls 6 is fiscal year 2024. And if you add 2 years because of COVID, then why wouldn't Elder Scrolls be ready for 2027? Or 2026, which is not because there's no room for it. But, show it and then but it's more likely that they may tease Elder Scrolls 6. No, I take that back. It would be a very bad idea to tease it because they already teased it in 2018. But maybe it's a big thing in the Direct in January. But Doom, there's so much stuff in here that actually released. Starfield, Elder Scrolls Online, Redfall, Doom Eternal DLC, Ghostwire Tokyo, Project Hibiki. Oh, that was Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Oblivion Remaster.
I forgot about that list. Yeah.
Starfield DLC. I haven't looked at this since 2022 or 2023, but Project Platinum. Yeah, it's crazy.
I think that
but
was a
this is
Starfield expansion, possibly, or that was is Blackbird
it says
listed on
Starfield
there?
DLC the year after, and then Project Platinum in the year after that. So,
I don't think Blackbird was on there. Or
Yeah.
Project Platinum could be Blade.
It could be.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the point being that Bethesda's cranked out so much content because the past 3 years I've been to New York, San Francisco, Amsterdam, London, and Los Angeles because of Bethesda. In the past 3 years, I've been to 5 different trips to preview games because they've been cranking out content. And everyone has this really negative attitude about Todd Howard, Bethesda, like their games take forever, their games never come out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They put out so many games, so much content. And everyone just wants to believe that Elder Scrolls isn't coming out for many, many years. And I think they're going to be wrong. And I can't wait.
Yeah. I think it's too, like, Starfield took longer because of COVID, but also, like, they were doing that whole Creation Engine 2 thing. And, like, what he had talked about for a long time was that Creation Engine 2 was going to be utilized and upgraded even more to go into Elder Scrolls 6. Now they're calling it Creation Engine 3, I think. But overall, like, they already did the bulk of that work, so I think it wouldn't be as much of a drastic change or time-consuming process to do Elder Scrolls, also because they have more experience making those games than they did Starfield, where they had to start from scratch. You know what I mean? Like, these guys already have all experience. They made several of them, and there's a lot of veterans there still. So I like it, man.
Yeah.
So that was 2 feasible ones. I've said that many times. I think it could be there this year. So, but what is that melt your brain, shoot for the moon, like Colt's dream scenario? People thought mine was too off the wall. I think it was realistic, but it is what it is.
What was your melt your brain prediction?
So they
More
had
about the setting.
Yeah, it's about the setting, kind of. They were gonna have Asha on stage. You're gonna have monks come in chanting a Halo theme song, and you're gonna have the monolith pop up from the ground, and it was gonna show Project Helix. And then she's going to be like, these next 3 games that you're going to see are all running on Project Helix that's coming out in the next year or whatever. And then they're going to announce a delay on it afterwards, but it is what it is. And then we're going to show the 3 games, and the 3 games are going to be Elder Scrolls 6. Did I say they're bringing back Perfect Dark? Yeah, they're bringing back Perfect Dark. And they said, because we didn't ever say it was canceled, we said it was put on pause, and because we had to wait for Helix to live up to the vision that we had for this game.
Yeah, that was the real reason.
And then we're gonna have the trailer for the new mainline Halo game with those monks live singing. They're gonna be real monks too. I made that a stipulation. They can't be actors. We can't have Fuzzy and Magg up there pretending to be monks because they're bald. We gotta have real monks singing, chanting the Halo song while they do all this.
That's not too crazy. I mean, they could definitely say something about Helix or talk about it again. Everyone's like, oh, maybe they'll do the big reveal at the Game Awards like they did, but they got to do something different. But it's more likely that if we hear about Helix, it'll be at the 25th anniversary.
Yeah,
in November. So that's
what
not
Magg
that
said.
far fetched.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty
So
cool.
I don't have any crazy brain melting ideas. There was this rumor about this Transformers game in the works, and I would love for High Moon Studios to get taken off of the detention, taken out of the detention room, because High Moon Studios makes like trees and rocks for Call of Duty. They're a support studio, which is a crime, because those guys made 5 Transformer games, at least 4 of them, by their full studio in 6 years' time. And I know that talent could be used again to make a Generation 1 Transformers game, make a Cybertron style Transformers game. And I have the Fall of Cybertron on PC. It's not a super great experience on PC. Those games were, they're not great on PC when they're that old, but I would love to see them bring that in. And another thing I would really like to see is Xbox needs to crack the wallet and buy some major IP so they can make a game, like borrow an IP. And I would love, this is going to sound crazy, but I would love for them to pay for the licensing for the Ninja Turtles and make a game that partially is like Gotham Knights. The 4 characters, like I don't know if you guys liked any part of Gotham Knights, but if there's a little part you're like, hey, that was not bad. That's what I want. I want to be able to switch between the 4 turtles, bow staff, the swords, and everything. A semi-open city, kind of like Arkham Knight. But I want all the buildings close together because you can parkour. You're running new rooftops, and they've done this before in other games that really suck. But the Arkham formula, even if they just rip off half of the Arkham formula in a single player or a co-op based Ninja Turtles game that's mature, that's violent, that's, brutal, hard hitting, pieces of guys falling off, cutting off arms or whatever, like a real true Ninja Turtles game would transcend all generations. I would love to see Xbox crack their wallet and pay for a major franchise because their competition is doing it, and the Xbox fans are missing out.
Who would be the best studio to make it that they have now at their disposal?
Yeah, geez, to make like a brawler
type of game.
Yeah, it's got to be like, I mean, you're talking about like Rocksteady vibes, right? You're talking about Arkham Knight vibes. I've had the same thought that you have numerous times. They actually have we have wish list shows where we've like, hey, think of a dream game. I almost said the exact same thing that you did years ago when I was naming a dream game as like a Arkham Knight style Ninja Turtles game. And it was like, that is like something that I think all of us would just freaking, our brains would melt over just seeing that. Like, Ninja Turtles also crosses multiple generations, so it's not just a IP that was only popular in the 80s or the 90s. You had your 2000s crowd, you had your 2010s crowd, because there's been so many iterations, but everybody brings it back to the roots. The best was the original, right? And if you could capture the vibes of the original movie somewhat with the aesthetic, and those style of turtles, like, I mean, you're talking about creating an awesome atmosphere for an open world
Theory.
game.
That would be Bilu said Ninja Theory. That would be cool.
I think Ninja Theory too.
Devil May Cry.
Graphically,
Devil May Cry.
Open world. How are they going to do that with the multiplayer co-op stuff? I know they can.
I don't trust the current Ninja Theory. They're too artsy. And they limit themselves to, if you played Enslaved Odyssey of the West, absolutely. But I don't know if that team and that gusto is still there. And I was looking at this graphic off screen of all the studios, and I'm like, I don't know who I would give that to. Probably High Moon Studios, because they know how to do third-person action adventure. They had melee, they had shooting, they had traversal with the Transformers, but I don't know. It might have to be an Activision studio. I love Obsidian, but they can't get serious enough anymore. They make really cool stuff. I really like their games, but they don't do gritty, mature, and dark, and
I mean,
all that stuff.
I got a thought of somebody that would actually probably be good, but I don't know if it would be like too different for them because of how much tied to a certain IP they are, and that'd be the Coalition. I mean, graphically and tone, they could do it. I think they know the multiplayer. They've got their experience with co-op as well. So, but like they haven't made it like, and I mean they did with Gears 5 do open world, but that open world was not, that.
The Coalition is probably the best pick. I agree. I think they're actually the best pick. And everyone says, oh, you can't have this studio do that. Can't have Machine Games do third person. They only do first person. And everyone thinks that, but all you need is a couple of experts.
Yeah.
Like you need a couple of people that you hire into your studio or you bring in that said, hey, I know how to do like third person, action parkour, or I know how to, I worked on the team that did third person melee combat. You bring that person in and he guides the team. And if you want it to look good, you want it to look amazing and look mature, it's a coalition for sure.
And two is like, back where Phil was at one point, he was like, we only want to really invest in the IPs that we own, right? He said that a couple times.
Phil's gone. Bye.
And if now Phil's gone, and then also when they acquired Bethesda and they acquired Activision, they also inherited publishers that had relationships doing third-party licensed games, as well as accumulated some titles that were coming out, like Indiana Jones and Blade and all these other kind of things too. So I do remember also they did that Sea of Thieves Pirates of the Caribbean thing as well. So they did start to build some of these kind of relationships up. And I wonder if Asha Sharma and Matthew Ball, who's is the CSO now, is like they're kind of looking at things like, hey, we want to make bigger deals with third-party companies now, and maybe they go for something like Star Wars or something crazy like that, because they had Indiana Jones. Imagine Machine Games being put on a Star Wars game next instead of Indiana Jones 2. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely would know how to work around with that. Work with LucasArts, and they already have the contacts. Yeah, it would be amazing.
100%, man. Well, Colt, thanks for your predictions, dude. Thanks for hopping in. Hope dinner was good.
It was long awaited. I ate it like 8 o'clock. It's been one of those days. It's been that way all week, but
yeah, I hear you, man. Make sure everybody check out X and C, but Colt, tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on the Colt Eastwood channel. I've got a video tomorrow. I do a gaming weekly news every Friday morning, and that's like 10 to 15 minutes. I'll break down all the news that's gone on. I'm really happy with this one. I'm going to be uploading it again with the mistakes taken out. So yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in there. Some good stuff to look forward to, even with current consoles. So I'll have that covered in the video. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Colt. I hope you have a good one, dude.
Right. See you guys.
Have a good one, bro.
Later,
and I mean, Fuzzy 3, we already kind of did outros before Colt hopped in, so I guess, are we good?
Yeah.
Fuzzy, I'll see you in a week, right? Am I going to see you? All right. 3-bit, when are you coming down?
I gotta do it. I gotta do it at some point next year, maybe. I gotta go to Cannes. I'll be somewhere else. I'll be in France.
Okay.
But I'll be enjoying it though.
Yeah, he's gonna be a panel member at Cannes.
Yes.
This
So
guy's
I'll be
live.
out there, but hopefully one day.
Yeah.
All right, thanks so much, guys.
Yeah, thanks,
Have a good
Colt.
show.
Take it easy.
Have a good rest of the week.
Yeah.
All right. See
Later.
ya.
All right, so we'll be back next week, everybody, for showcase season. So I'm looking at the calendar. We got Tuesday, we'll have the State of Play. Thursday, we'll have FSP, which will have some things to reveal then too. So tune in Thursday for FSP on the 4th, and then Friday will be Summer Game Fest, and then Sunday will be the Xbox Showcase, and we'll be co-streaming all those events. Busy week next week here on the channel, so make sure you come check it out, and we got lots to look forward to. PlayStation, a Keeley show where anything can happen. Xbox Showcase for the 25th anniversary. It's going to be a fun time, and looking forward to it. So, Fuzzy, 3-bit. If you guys saw the outro again, you know where to find them. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Later.